should be starting soon. Okay. Just doing another chill stream, spur of the moment thing. If I start to enjoy these streams too much, I'm gonna do them pretty much on an actual schedule, so people can more reliably anticipate when I'm gonna be on. Okay. So I got things to run way... Hey, Scottrick. I got things to run way better than they did yesterday. Okay, so what do we want to do today? Let's see. Guess we could deliver the amulet, that'd be fine. Alright. The sprinting is so strange in this game still. But I do believe I made it look and feel a lot better than it did yesterday, especially in exteriors. Interiors were never a problem, but yeah. But now I can actually look at things without the game freaking out. It's still not exactly where I want it to be, but I think that's probably out of the realm of my hardware, honestly. Hold on, I haven't done this look yet. Very pretty. Like, super pretty. Ridiculously so. I know a lot of people have been having problems, or a lot of people have voiced concerns about the engine itself, which I understand. But, I don't know, Unreal has its limitations, but I think when every developer is trying to push for super high-end engines and software,
Dougal's rumored treasure has to be true.
Something will slip through the cracks.
The first Count of Anvil found it.
If you need to
Okay.
get rid of something quickly, check out the copious coins.
Let's see.
Thoronir isn't too
Everyone's
picky.
looking a little bit blurry.
Which is
What's
nice.
going on here?
I see.
Have you guys also been having issues with your visuals somewhat? Because I know that I am, and I don't know what's happening with people's faces right
They
now,
say that the
specifically.
priests and priestesses of the chapel
They
of
look
the
very,
have all been murdered. No one even
not
knows who
loaded.
did it.
So long.
Goodbye.
I think it's also just because I'm streaming, it takes more processing power for my computer to stream. Yeah, certainly a lot of pop-in. Okay, so in between yesterday and today, I didn't do a whole lot. I didn't want to go too far ahead from what you guys had seen, if this is going to become a series that I regularly do. So, we'll walk in here so things look better for a second. So all I really did last time... Yes, this looks way better. She still looks a little...
Welcome to a fighting champ.
A little bit blurry.
Have a look around. You won't find
Also,
better prices in all Tamriel.
It is so freaking hot in this house. It's like 80 degrees because we have a 2-bedroom and our AC unit is like not nearly enough to keep up with it. But it keeps freezing over, and we're not even in summer yet. It's ridiculous. Very, very not good. Okay, I was gonna get rid of this and wear those actual good leather boots. Get rid of these pearls.
Thank
I'm keeping
you.
the Varla stone
Come
just
again.
for fun.
You
Because I
too.
think the Varla stones are really cool. You had snow a week ago and now it's like 80? Yeah, that tracks. Very much tracks. Okay. Let's see. Matching refresh rate. Show FPS now. I did mess with the brightness a little bit. I was wondering why things seem to be washed out. View distance is fine. Foliage is good. Reflection quality, I don't think that's affecting their faces. I think really what it is it just... It might be because I selected Ultra Performance. Hold on. I don't know exactly... Could anyone tell me what DLSS actually does? Because I don't think I'm entirely privy to what that does. Does she look
Good
better
day.
now? A little bit.
Be seeing you.
Let's see how the city looks now when we step out. Taking a second to load.
Please
It only
help.
took a sec.
How do you do?
They look better.
I work as a guard at Umbakano Manor. My name is Ushija.
Deep learning super. Oh, deep learning super sampling. Is that where they?
Goodbye.
Is that the sort of thing where it like samples the areas around it to try and fill in the gaps when there's like graphical errors and stuff? That would make sense to me. Okay.
Good evening.
But yeah, we haven't gone into all these shops to check people out. You know, I would like to say I'm a tech nerd in some areas. Like, I don't know if I forget where I've mentioned it exactly. I know I've mentioned it on the Patreon, but I take apart old Nintendo handhelds, and so and I'll be working on an original Xbox soon. This guy looks angry. But I've been taking apart those handhelds and just remaking them with modern shells and visual mods. Hey Max, how's it going? I've just been reshelling them. I put a backlit LCDs into my Game Boy Advances. Just, oh, that looks nice. That looks really cool. I don't like his stare. Hey Max, no, this isn't on Twitch. This is very much just a test thing. Yesterday went pretty well. It was pretty fun. I don't think I have made a Twitch. Well, I believe I've watched people on Twitch, so I must have one. But look at this man. He's angry. I'll consider doing it on both at the same time. I'm sure it's not that hard. I just, for the time being, we're just doing it through YouTube, keeping things simple. Alright, the feed bag. But yeah, that's pretty much where my my tech expertise just, yeah, ballooned raccoon, that makes sense. Oh my god, look at this fella. I dig the hair. Delos. Alright, I'll have a seat. Let's see what we got here.
Put on the feed bag. I'm Delos Fanders. We got
man.
food and drink and lots of it.
Okay. Do you have a personal stylist? Because it looks like you just like you just pushed your hair all up and with gel and twisted it
Have
around.
a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
Let's see what you got. Okay, we're gonna need
You
that.
drive a hard bargain.
Just looking for health restoration
Pleasure
stuff.
doing
Mostly meat items right now, probably. Fortify health. Oh, but there's venison.
A bargain at
I
any
remember
price.
venison always being difficult to find. Oblivion is my favorite game. I was still playing the original regularly. Yeah, it's a great
I
game.
appreciate
I mean,
your business.
I know it's kind of like the middle game of the series in a lot of ways,
Good
where
day.
people are like, oh, you know, you either fawn over Morrowind like I do, or you look at Skyrim's upgrades and stuff, and that's pretty much all you're concerned with sometimes. And whoa, well, the whole troop just
Hello.
came. It's party time.
Going on
Better.
with you?
How about
Black
you?
Marsh has become more
Okay.
dangerous than ever.
What's the news for the
Sorry,
next
I'm not
part
trying to
of
cut your
Tamriel?
conversation.
Nothing out on our go.
So yeah, sometimes Oblivion's like, well, it had those weird graphics, you know, kind of had the goofy charm to it as they said in the trailer, and there's just a lot of people gave it a bunch of guff, but it's a good game. There's a lot of good things about Oblivion, and although there are some people who have asked, oh, I guess it's nighttime. I need to probably go to sleep. I already bought a room at the inn, I think. But there's a lot of people who think that I don't like Oblivion, or
Hello.
thought that I may not like it because
Is it
of some of my
necessary that you
criticisms
speak
in
with
videos.
me?
But
Yes.
some of these people are so mean. But no, I really love Oblivion.
Go ahead, please.
Once I found out Oblivion, I was talking about this yesterday, but once I found out Oblivion was real, like I seriously thought it was fake. But once I found out it was real, it pretty much blew my mind that there was going to be another Elder Scrolls. And I had a friend at school who lent me his brother's copy of it, but I felt bad for holding on to it because I was playing it a lot, and I kept asking him, I was like, Chris, do you want me to give this back to you? Does your brother not miss the game or anything? And he's like, no, it's all good. But eventually I got the Game of the Year edition. So yeah. Is this still mine for now? Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and sleep here. Max, what is the idea / build for this character? So we've decided. Sorry, I'm getting some messages here. We've decided that this is basically a researcher class. So it kind of fits along with my video style in some ways. So let's look at our skills here. We'll talk about those for a moment. Okay. Alright, so we're focused on intelligence and agility. Armory is really important. We've got blade, mostly for daggers, but I think we might be moving into short swords. Alchemy, obviously. I mean, it's me, so alchemy is a big one. Conjuration is kind of just a side thing that's fun. And, you know, the Dunmer can conjure, like, ancestral spirits and stuff. You have light armor, because there's no medium in this game, like there is in Morrowind, so I typically use light armor in the latter titles. Marksman, because bow, of course, I love using a bow. And then security, because it's just a useful skill to get around. Everything else is minor. So I guess the idea is, like, I'm just going around. I haven't quite decided yet what the story for this particular character is. So we've gone over the build, but the story for this character is basically I'm just going around and probably trying to get all the ingredients. But before we really dive into that, we're going to have to make a bit of a name for ourselves and get a place to live so I can actually place things. But yeah. Mallow, hi. Sorry if you guys hear a cat. Little Mallow wants to come hang out. Alright, let's see here. But yeah, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to start working... Little Mallow bear, scoot over. She has a little bed right by me. It's actually really cute. Here. Okay, she's good. Yeah, so we're going to need to make a little bit of money so we can actually afford a player house. I'm thinking Frostcrag Spire because, I mean, come on. That has a great place for... Oh, tell your cat I have coin. She just ran off. I pulled out her little beds for her to lay on, and she said no. But I'm thinking Frostcrag Spire because it has the alchemy place. Oh, is it still nighttime? I think I just slept for 1 hour. Let's go ahead and get some good rest. We'll sleep in a little bit. Let me catch up to chat here. I got the ease burden spell right away. Oh yeah, that's super helpful. I'll be making potions for that if I can get a handle on different ingredients for feather, like pastries and stuff. Love playing as scholars, for sure. There's a lot you can do with it because you can, just like I was talking about in the Pantheons video, just like followers of Julianos, they can kind of study any craft, any type of history or subject. So being a scholar really opens you up to pretty much any kind of gameplay you want to do. You could be a scholar of making beer, you know, and you can just run around and collect all the types of alcohols or whatever.
It's a nice store.
Can do anything.
For alchemists.
Gotta unlock spell making next time you hop back in. Oh yeah, I did see spell making is still in the game. I haven't tried it yet. Lockpicking is more difficult in this release versus the original. Drew, I actually found that was the opposite case. I thought it was really easy. Granted, in the introductory dungeon, it was pretty easy. There was a lot of very easy chests to open, so it kind of was what it was. It wasn't very hard for me at all. I think I broke a few pigs, but all good.
She jumps like a toad.
She jumps like a toad. Let's see. Haven't lockpicked yet. Spamming auto unlock. Okay. Finished the arena last night. Nice. Three Brothers Trade Goods, Jin Scenes. We don't need to go in there. I thought about doing Thoronir's quest while we're here. I wouldn't mind doing that, actually. I think I started it last time. Yep, okay. Because somebody was talking about the HOA. Okay, let's see. We've got that selected, so I think I just need to talk to Thoronir right now.
See you.
How
Good
are
day.
Fine.
Look at this,
And you?
this guy.
Great.
Hello.
Good to hear.
Hi.
Rajirad greets you. His brothers are Hasiri and Orjabi. The
Okay.
Black Horse Courier
Yeah,
is
I
our
like-
Imperial News Service, chartered
I
by
like
the
the
Elder
Khajiit
Council.
voice being here. Like the modern Khajiit voice being here. But, I do miss the old like kind of creepy Argonian voice. Because they just sound like normal people now. They don't sound like unique. Copious coin purse. Let's go in. What level is my character? We only played a few hours yesterday, and I was mostly just enjoying the atmosphere. So I think we're not very far. I think we're like level... Sorry. I think we're like level 3? Let's see. 4. Okay. I did not notice this before. Copious coin purse. The shop where your purse is just as full after you buy. That's a neat addition. I don't believe that was in the original.
Welcome to the copious coin purse. What kind of deal can I
Hello,
make for you
Thoronir.
today?
Oh, you look a little angry.
Goodbye. Please come again.
Maybe I need to...
I have the best prices in
best
town.
prices in town.
Why? I'm smart, and you're smart. We know the right people. We get the best deals.
Okay.
What about my inventory?
Where do you get it? It's a very nice selection.
Well, thank you. It's not only a fine assortment of goods, but a bit of a treasure trove. You never know what I'll have in stock. I can see by the look on your face, you wonder where I get all these
Raccoon,
fantastic
you said
items.
I bet the old
I'll tell you,
Argonian
and
voice
tell
is hard to
everyone else
do.
who asks.
Probably.
It's all
I did
about
it last night though,
who
just for
you
fun.
know.
When I was talking
Forces are
to
good,
my wife about it.
Anyway,
And
fun
like
looking
maybe it
around,
is hard to
and when you are
do,
ready to buy,
but
give me a shout.
it's a fun voice. It's like kind of creepy and scratchy. It you know, it might wear on the voice actor at a certain point, but honestly, they had the lines already. A lot of the lines have been reused, so I guess I don't understand why it would be hard for them to just keep them. But I think the reason they like just got the voice actor for the Argonians in Skyrim to do it, that's what it seems at least. I think the reason they did that was just to make it more in line with what people expect from an Elder Scrolls game these days. So I don't think people would be used to the weird voices they had, unfortunately. The animations remind you of ESO. You're not alone in that. There are some things that also I noticed remind me of ESO here, and there was even some lore that had been added in. I forget what it was yesterday, but I noticed something that had been added in that was straight out of ESO. Thoronir's Quest is your favorite early game? Okay. Yeah, they did Raccoon. They had the old one, so it was really a question of
Welcome back.
just like making it set for modern audiences, I suppose.
Go ahead. How nice.
We got some money. We'll bribe a little bit.
See? Was that hard?
Okay. Do you have anything else you can tell me?
I have.
I
Goodbye.
guess not.
Hope to see you again very soon.
So what am I supposed to do from him? Steal? Because
Welcome
he's
back.
not giving me any more options. Or maybe it wants me to
May I interest you in some of my fine
like
wares?
buy something from him. I love that I just walked behind the counter. That's not very good
Goodbye.
RP
Hope to see you
style,
again very
huh?
soon.
I was just excited to see what was
Welcome
back there.
back.
All right, Thoronir.
Bothiel
What are the
from the
rumors?
Arcane University.
Oh yeah, that's for the Orrery. Grey Fox, Imperial City. Yeah.
Goodbye. Hope to
Am
see
I
you again very
supposed
soon.
to pickpocket him? Because I don't believe I have the means to pickpocket him. And I certainly don't think I could sneak upstairs without him following me. We'll try. This is the first time I've been sneaking in someone's house since starting the remake. Whoops. That was way too late. My brother-in-law was just messaging me about how, like, well, actually, he called me. He's like, "How do you do the lock picking?" Because it can be a bit of a challenge at times. Nice. A high elf with a mustache. It is interesting, huh? Let me see if I can really quickly look through here and see what's going on. Oh, we're becoming a bad guy right away, aren't we? I haven't done Thieves Guild stuff in such a long time. It's fun though. It's so fun to just like be someone you aren't, you know? What I'm really looking for is notes of maybe a note to see, because I kind of forget where I'm supposed to go on this quest. I'm trying to see if there's any notes of secret dealings, because I don't want to have to pickpocket him unless I absolutely have to. But I don't see anything up here, so... too lazy to check, but are you the one that did the Dungeons of Elder Scrolls? Yes, that's me. Hi, Thoronir. Okay, I thought your legs were stuck in the ground for a second. Curious how the modding scene will be. Yes, I have heard Unreal can be... Whoa, look at this seductive look he's giving me right now. Yeah, I have heard that the modding scene can be a little difficult. Bro, you can't just store your watermelons on the floor. I'm sure that was just like a glitch that happened, but... Maybe down here. Oh, nope, he followed. So maybe I just need to watch where he goes at night. I remember something like that. Try not too hard to metagame. Talking to a mustache elf and I just want it to end. Well, I mean, I'm technically a mustache elf. Whoa. He's running. Let's see what happens if we wait till dark. Let's go to like 8 or 9 o'clock. Also, if I didn't mention it before, it's like 80 degrees in the house right now because my it's for years. I've been living here for years now, and the AC unit is not big enough. It's the same size. Like, we have the biggest unit on this segment. This little block or set of apartments, and there's 2 bedrooms where every other one has 1 bedroom, but they all have the same size unit from the 60s, and it just doesn't work. So it will cool for like an hour, and then it will legitimately freeze the system. And so I can go in the hallway right now and open up by the hot water cooler, and I can see it's just frozen behind the filter. So we're trying to let that chill for a bit. I may honestly, if it's not going to bother you guys too much because it's so hot, I'll put a fan on low. It shouldn't be super loud. But we're getting to that point where I might just go ahead and do that. Okay. So he's over here now. In the Merchant's Inn. Okay. Let's see. Love the more weird looking elves of Skyrim.
What is it?
Do you ever buy soldiers
Hello.
from Calendil?
I haven't spent too much time there.
I'm just gonna sit
I hear
here
it's
and
the place to
pretend
go
I'm
for
just
enchanting
chilling.
supplies, though.
Safe travels.
You too.
That is interesting. I don't know why all the... That is
How are you?
strange. Look at all the
Fantastic. Thanks
people
for
just
asking.
grouping around him.
Good for you. They say that when you murder
Okay,
someone,
hold on. Oh, he's
the
going to
Dark
join the troop.
Brotherhood comes to you in your sleep.
Huh.
That's how they recruit new members.
Wish they looked a little more
Othil
strange.
From the Arcane
To be honest,
University
I feel
is
like they
looking
do
for
look
someone to
strange.
chase the bandits from Camp Ailes.
At least to me, some of them look
Probably
pretty weird.
trying to enhance her weird machine.
This is so...
Good
is this
to
a
know.
glitch? What is
Heard
happening
any
here?
news from the other provinces?
Have you guys had
They
this
say
happen
that
as well?
King Helseth has made an alliance with House Dres. Together, they
Stony
pick
Baloney,
apart
gonna
the
play with your
carcass
husband
of
when he gets home.
ruined
Awesome.
Indoril.
I hope y'all have
That
fun.
is not
It is
surprising,
fun.
Considering
It's
Morrowind's
strange,
violent
but
past. We can
What can I
only
do
hope
for
the
you?
troubles
what is
subside
happening
quickly.
here?
Good night.
What is
Take care.
happening here,
Evening.
guys? This is
Tidings,
so
citizen.
strange. Love the character design of Morrowind. 90% legs, 10% body. Yeah, the legs were pretty long, huh? Okay, I feel like I'm in the freaking Truman Show or something. What is happening here? Or this is like an episode of Twilight Zone. Imagine, if you will, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people standing behind the counter, only one of them running the shop. This is so strange. Fan won't bother you at all. Good. I'll try to keep it low. Yeah, Megan, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. This is a cult. Okay. I haven't tried the Steam Deck. I don't think that I trust the quality level of a handheld for something of this caliber, like a game of this caliber and size. But I don't know how it works, so I've never played one, so I can't really judge it. The most recent handheld I've played is a Game Boy Advance with a backlit screen, and that's been awesome. But even that had to be modded to be that way. But yeah, I'm going to chill here for like 5 seconds so that I can chill in real life and go get myself the fan and turn that on because it's super freaking hot, y'all. I guess so. Cameron's disciples all showing up to hang out. It's so strange too because they all appear like wherever the player goes, it feels like. I don't know. Strange. But y'all give me just like 5 seconds. I'm gonna get a fan. I'll turn it on and we'll be back in business. Alright guys, how bad is that fan? Can you hear it? If it's bad, I'll turn it down.
What is it now?
Not bad at all? That's one. I'll wait for a couple more responses. If it is bad, don't mind telling me. I'll turn it down.
Heard any news from the other provinces?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
If you need something enchanted,
Skyrim works fine. You can't hear it? Okay. Well, you can't hear the stream or you can't hear the fan? Skyrim works fine on my Steam Deck. Just gets a little too hot. Okay, that's interesting because I feel like that would worry me. Alright. If he goes straight back to his shop, I'm gonna come back to this later. I remember him... I feel like that option to talk about his supplies was still supposed to be there. Oh, hold on. We might be getting somewhere. He turns right? Oh, we're getting there. Oh yeah, if they had changed the music, I was very worried that they were going to get, and like, no offense to the guy, but I was very worried that they were going to have Xur do all the new stuff, or like remake the music. But this is just too classic. Do I have to get closer? Frankendoodle, thank you so much for the 20 bucks. Just wanted to say thanks for your vids. Hope it doesn't offend to say I fall asleep to them. Your speech cadence and tone is good for it. Look forward to your coverage of the remake. Absolutely no problem. I very much appreciate that people enjoy the videos enough to relax to. Well, the new ambience is a nice touch. Speaking of Mankar, I really love Mana Marco, Dagoth, and Mankar. Really great to you. You wish Alduin had more development in that perspective. Yeah, Alduin did. You know, thinking about it now, Alduin had backstory, right? But a lot of it was in the in-game books, which, like, a lot of people don't actually read a lot of the time. And even then, it wasn't a whole lot, right? He actually, I believe, was mentioned in Morrowind. I could be wrong about that, but I know like he and the Dragonborn, one or the other or both, were mentioned in one of the in-game books in Morrowind. So yeah, the music is half the game. I listen to the OST super often. Looks like it's starting to get a little slow out here. I'm as close as I can be to these guys. Is there a certain exact position I need to be in? I forget. I mean, my sneak is going up even though it shouldn't be. Okay. This quest was weird. I had to stand next to them, not in stealth. Okay, I remember something strange like that happening. I'm just going to stand here normally. Hey guys, don't mind me. I'm totally not here right now. Okay.
That you, Agramir?
Yeah, there we are.
Shh, not so loud. How many times have I told you that?
To me, Enon Zur works good for Fallout.
I'm not used to
yes.
this kind of meeting.
Fallout's
Always
music
makes
is
me
a lot
nervous.
more atmospheric.
Listen to me.
And
the next shipment will be
I don't know.
than
This is just feels more
Just
fancy,
have the
more
money ready.
fantasy specifically.
Same assortment of things. I mean, I have enough clothing for now.
Sunrise of
You
Flutes is
take
still
what
loud.
I get.
It is loud.
I get notice at the last second, and I have to jump on it.
We're
No
late on
time to be
Skyrim for
picky
test
about
6.
Well, that society is
You know,
putting
that
more
thought has
pressure on
actually
you.
crossed my mind,
Maybe you
Max.
better cut
I've
back
actually
on
been looking
You cut back now,
looking
and I'm
through
going to take
the
my
in-game
business
books and
elsewhere.
stuff to see if
Or
there
maybe
is
pay
anything
a
like
visit
that.
to that Jensine
Um,
and tell her about your little scheme.
But I haven't found any
Fine.
coinciding
points.
details
Contact me
other
when you
than
have
things
an
about the
item.
Aldmeri Dominion and the
Don't
fact
worry,
that in the White
it'll
Gold
be very
Concordat,
soon.
the Empire
Now
signed
get
over
outta
parts of
here.
Hammerfell. That's goofy. I feel like they should have fixed this to like make me not see it that easily or from that close. How's the audio? I didn't check that either. When I'm talking over voices, is it clear to hear me, or do I need to edit some levels there? Oh, hold on. I can only play on Series S until Friday, and then I'm going to be on PlayStation, but it feels more like 40 than 30. Okay, I mean 40 is better than 30. The skybox is pretty good, but for some reason it feels like the stars... I don't know if you guys are also feeling this, but it feels like the stars are closer than they should be. There's some kind of weird distance I'm missing, like... I don't know. It's pretty, but it certainly feels like something's a little bit off. Not a big deal, but...
Interesting. Go on.
Oh
my name
gosh.
is Carwin. Remember.
Hi, Carwin. I
I'll
won't
be
forget
rich
you.
and famous one day.
Wait, the cult is the HOA then? The cult is the HOA! That makes so much sense, doesn't it? Game feels a bit louder when characters talk over you. You know what? I'll turn down in-game voices. Performance mode does nothing to improve frame rate. In the overworld, it chugs. Yes, I turned performance mode to... I turned it to basically the best performance mode for the DLSS or whatever. And it really just made the characters look washed out, and it didn't feel like it changed anything. So I just made it less performance-based and more quality-based because the difference didn't seem to be that wild.
I'll get mine. Folks in this city got plenty of gold. Take from the rich and give to the poor, if you catch my drift.
Alright. That's interesting. Just don't steal from me. Alright. Had a drink there. Sorry, it's super hot.
Good day.
Okay. Let's go check some stuff out. I want to do a dungeon real quick. We'll find one. Curious the difference on PlayStation. I don't know. One of my wife's coworkers is gonna play it on PlayStation, I believe. Hey, look at that aurora. That's cool. Over the Gerald Mountains. That's very cool. That's what Spooky was talking about yesterday, I believe. I love it. It looks really, really pretty. Oh, hey, I do have a complaint. I've been mostly positive about this game because there are a lot of things to be positive about. But as a content creator on YouTube, I have a major complaint. So a lot of the tricks you can do to get good footage and everything, comes from console commands and things like that. And I mean, there's other tricks, but this game does not even have a photo mode. Has no photo mode, and either it doesn't exist or it hasn't been clearly expressed yet. The codes that you can type in to actually get those kinds of effects in the console, because it's I can't find them. I tried earlier. I was working on a thumbnail, and I was trying to get a screenshot. I actually kind of spoiled the Imperial Chapel for myself because I really wanted to look at those. They look cool, but I couldn't get a screenshot of them that didn't have the HUD in there. It seems like you can definitely, there's like a debug flying mode, but there's not a HUD remover. So TM doesn't work. All the classic codes don't work. Yes, you can see the Wizard's Tower. You can actually see the Wizard's Tower from here as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Is that not Frostcrack Spire? I was thinking about having that be where we live, since my character is an alchemist, of course, and they have the really cool alchemy room, the garden in there. But yeah, I'm going to turn down some of the dialogue volume a little bit, maybe to like 7. Console commands are definitely weird. Saw videos of commands working and others that don't. Yeah, I found a couple that work, but nothing that removes the HUD from the screen, which is very important when you're trying to get good footage. So we're only really missing half of the picture that is absolutely necessary for I would say absolutely necessary for content creation. So yeah. Foxglove, nice. I'm ready to do some fighting. How about y'all? This looks like this bodes well. Bunch of bones here. And again, when I'm not streaming, it runs a lot better. It's just, it takes a toll because my PC, it's not super old, but I mean, it's about half a decade behind in a lot of ways. I also upped the brightness, which made things look better in the overland, but in my personal opinion, it makes caves look too bright, so I don't end up needing a torch. But we're going to do this, that way I have to use a torch, because it's just it's so nice to have that added realism there. So excited for Fudge Muppet to make builds for the remaster. Yeah, that'll be cool to see. I haven't watched Fudge Muppet in kind of a long time since I've been focused on my own stuff, but it'll be cool to see what differences that he or they put out. Okay, so we've got a classic cave with that big divide in the middle, that big kind of ravine. Alright, I hear an enemy somewhere. Let's see, it looks like these are going to be repeated a lot. I mentioned this yesterday, how I talked about it in the Dungeons video. These little segments get repeated a lot. It looks like that was not changed, which, whatever, you know, not a big deal. Oh. Somebody's angry at me. How'd you get up here? You came from nowhere, little thing. Am I right or am I wrong? Oh, there's a ramp. Okay, cool. Oh, there's imps down here. Come get it. Oh, he's flying away. He's scared. Oh! I heard a trap set off. I didn't want it to get me. Gotcha. I do really like how, I was kind of worried about the combat when I saw the trailers. I do really like how it feels. Feels responsive. LaFave Bros? I don't think I've ever heard of them, if I even said that right. Okay, so this was the trap here. Glad we didn't run into that. You know we gotta scour for mushrooms. And some rat meat, for whatever it's worth. Okay. One more thing I would say, for the map, I wish it would just stay like this. and I didn't have to reopen it every time as it's like this. Like I have to go and zoom in every single time. Wish it wasn't like that, but it is what it is. Hopefully there will be a mod for it or something. I feel like that kind of mod wouldn't be too difficult. Dang. Got wrecked. Am I to believe that the imps dragged in the deer into this place? Or is there going to be a troll in here? I haven't been in this cave in a long time, so I'm not sure. Why is there an option to travel to Kvatch Mages Guild from the tower? Don't think you'd ever get the chance. Is that the one that doesn't work? I haven't been there, and I don't remember if it's there in the original game, but I know that it has pedestals up top for like all the different Mages Guilds. So I figure it just wouldn't work, or it would say, oh, this leads to nowhere, that sort of thing. Okay, that's the one that had the trap fall through. In lore, do they ever rebuild Kvatch? I'm pretty sure they do. It would make sense that they would, especially once the once the Oblivion Crisis is, you know, over for all intents and purposes. I think that would make sense. Or, you know, they may also leave it as kind of a shrine to what happened. I could see it going both ways. But I don't know off the top of my head if there's an actual in-lore explanation for what happens next. Yeah, that's where I'm at. There is one, but yeah, it says you can't travel. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay. Oh, we've got an entrance to an alien ruin. This guy will do a little bit more since he's frost. But not enough to matter. Yeah, do you guys... I guess that replaced... if you remember, in the original game, rocks would just slide down. There would just be a big rock in front of a wall. We'll come back. I want to check this other direction first. And I didn't think I'd be using the sprint, but it feels like they may have made some of the caves a little wider in anticipation of sprint, which is a good choice if they're going to have it. Let's see what we got going here. Oh, dead person, and that's what I came... That is a huge mushroom cap. That's ridiculous. Ridiculously cool. Silver nugget. I did not mean to take the pants, but the nugget I'll take. I am still interested to see if they actually have people mining in the mines. I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not, but I would be happy if they did. So I guess we'll see. Gotta take all the bone meal, even though we can't do telekinesis in this game. What else we got? Weak potion. Gotta get that corn. You know we like to eat our veggies. That's empty. Don't believe there's any enemies over here. Okay. We'll keep on moving. The Lefebvre Bros are great. They got pretty big with their Oblivion playthrough. They've calmed down with content, but that playthrough is great. I'll check it out. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go left. We're gonna go to the little door here. Okay. Just to keep myself straight. Alright, cool, cool, cool. I forget what this cave is shaped like because for the dungeons video, I went through just, man, I can't express how many dungeons I went through to find ones that I thought fit really well, to match the descriptions and to be a good representation of the dungeon. So a lot of them kind of ended up blending together at a certain point, especially the caves, which unfortunately, as we're in one, the caves are probably the weakest dungeon type. I don't know if everyone else agrees with that, but that's just my opinion there. Over encumbered. You know what that means. It's potion time. It's rewind time. Alright. Let's see here. Oh yes, I forgot to say I bought a full set of gear for alchemy, so that's good. And we bought some health restoration materials earlier, so that's also good. We can go ahead and make all of those right now. Now we have a little bit more. At least one other thing. Yeah. I still think it's funny where it's like, oh, you have all these... Okay, hold on. It's like you have all this stuff in your inventory. Just eat it and you'll lose the weight. I wish it was like that in real life. That'd be pretty interesting. Restore fatigue. The wheat grain I want to keep for later. Damage health. It doesn't have the shock effect yet because my skill's not high enough. We can make some... Ooh, let's see. Health fortification. I'm pretty sure it might only be in Skyrim that the wheat grain has a health fortification effect. Restoring strength. Let's go ahead and do some restore fatigue stuff. Don't want to waste anything that could be used for better materials. This potato shield. It's fine. Okay, we should be good for a moment. And if anything, I could just trade out the worst gear for Alien materials. Come here, Imp. Ooh, there you go. Damage, fatigue, and resist fire. I mean, we could use some fire resistance potions, but we are a dark elf, so we don't really need them. Oh, that's cool. I like this. Just some mushrooms growing out in the middle here. Oh man, let's see. I don't know how much mushroom stuff I've talked about. I know I talked about it on the Patreon, but I don't think I mention it sometimes in videos just because I'm super interested in them. I made some liquid cultures, which is essentially where you take the mycelium that's growing in some kind of medium that you create, for like a broth that you create for it to grow in, and then you just let it grow over time, and then like as it's eating on whatever you put in the mix, and then you can use a syringe to draw it up, and then use that to inoculate substrate mixed with grain. Of course, usually you do the grain first. But anyway, I did 4 different species, and 3 of them worked, but 1 didn't. But that happened during the winter, so it was really difficult for them to succeed. Oh, a hasty translation is scrawled here. Meridia child, earth root power, sea wave like, earth like a flood, people out, escape, present tense, imperative. But I remade the liquid culture, and it actually is doing great right now. Like, usually it takes like a month or so for it to start kicking off. But no, this time it was pretty much immediate. Alright, Max, we'll see you in a minute. Hold on, I'm not at no spoilers, but I'm not in the DLC, am I? Because I don't want to do that just yet. I thought that was a different location. I'll recognize the name, I think, but just to be certain. Let's go look. Abigarlis. That sounds very familiar. Are we doing this right now? I think we might be. We'll see. Oh, what is it that you do? So, I am a lab technician. So basically, I'm a part of a 2-man team, and we just run a bunch of water samples at a lab in the southern U.S. A hasty translation is scrawled here. 4th star hour time, terror of the most, terror of Meridia, com/came. I'm trying to think of what else I do. So like as a job, laboratory technician, and YouTube is like a second job. I do and I hope it comes across, but I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, so pretty much every time I come home from my lab job, I take a break, get a shower, have something to eat, and then I just start working on a new video. That might sell for a little bit. Yeah, it's like 20 times its weight in gold. That's cool. Mediocre gaming. Oh, your wife is a microbiologist. Great. That's cool. I dare say that's badass. Used to be a lab tech. Nice. Okay. Cool. So you kind of know what I'm talking about. Oh. Got something I'm not seeing. Oh, they're up there. They can't fly down? That's... I feel like that's something they may have added, but no big deal. Go. Oh, another trap. Okay, I will go this way. Okay, that's nice to hear. I'm glad that that's the case. But yeah, if I had to think about what I do, like what I get paid for mainly is being a lab tech, and then YouTube makes a little bit. It's really a side thing that, you know, it's everyone's dream when they, you know, you kind of start off like, yeah, you know, if something happens, something happens. But once you start really digging into it and trying to put your effort into it, where it's more of a job and less of, you know, it's still something I enjoy. I hope that also comes across. Like, it's super fun to research the world that I like existing in. Obviously, I guess I should also say I clearly enjoy existing in the world of life that we have in reality. Obviously, like real life has its own problems or whatever, but I love just like diving into the lore of the Elder Scrolls and pretty much whatever series I'm into, and just really digging into it, and then bringing thoughts that I haven't heard elsewhere, or just generating conversations, because it is so cool that as part of my second job, every day I get to talk to all of you about video games and just things that we enjoy, things we do for fun, and just it's so interesting to be able to talk to all of you about that. I never thought, specifically like when it comes to Time Splitters, the videos I made there, I never imagined how many responses I would have gotten and how much I could talk to people about that, and that's just a part of my life now. I can talk to people about Time Splitters every day, and it's pretty cool. Let me catch up here. Worked in public health. Okay, I see. That is pretty dang important. Especially right now. I mean, I've heard about it in passing, different podcasts, and just people I know going to different areas, that there's a major measles outbreak here in the U.S. So we'll see what happens with that. But of course, everyone be safe, be careful. Raccoon, quality Elder Scrolls content is why I subscribed. Well, thank you, very much appreciate it. I'm just glad, honestly, I'm just glad to have y'all around. That's probably my favorite thing about this, is that and I've actually found out I'm having a lot of fun streaming. Initially, I thought it was gonna... Is that a Tremides? That's so odd. Sorry, I got caught off guard. I don't think it is. Some kind of polypore, easily. Oh wow, take a cheap shot while I'm looking at mushrooms. Isn't that nice? You're called an imp for a reason. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put him down real quick. In terms of other things I do, let me think. I don't draw a lot, and when I do draw, I typically need a reference, but I have gotten better over time. There's actually, and I know that it's not what everyone's here for, but I've actually been working on this Pokemon Crystal project video for about coming up on 3 years, because there's a lot that's going into it, and I'm actually drawing my primary team as part of that, so I hope that's fun to see later. Obviously, I do all the mushroom stuff. We are, me and two people, my brother-in-law and one of my good friends, we are slowly working up our knowledge base, our species base, to be able to... Oh, did I get trapped? I thought I did. Working up that so that we can actually start selling at farmers markets and stuff, because that would be super fun and super cool. I'm very much a busybody. I do a lot of things, like to stay busy, have a lot of hobbies. play a bunch of, sorry, voice crack there. Play a bunch of different games. What else? I don't know. I like to write. I've mentioned this before. It is on a pause because I've been writing these long scripts for the videos. But like each script is 80 to 84 pages typically. But I have pretty much a not even glorified. It is just a fan fiction, but I like to think it's well written. That's related to Morrowind. It's in the Morrowind, like, it's set 16 years before the game, the original game, and it doesn't interfere with any major, because I will say, I don't know if you guys have read the 2 Elder Scrolls books, but I think there's a reason there are no more, is because, in my opinion, well, maybe we'll talk about that at a different time, but I didn't quite enjoy them. But all that is to say, I like to write too, so I don't know, I'm just a busybody. I just do a bunch of things. Let me catch up here. Saw the dungeon video and was hooked onto your content. Well, thank you so much. I've actually been requested by my brother-in-law, who I'm working with on the mushroom stuff. I've actually been requested by him to make a Dungeons of Fallout video, because I also really love Fallout. Only thing is, I am horrible at the first 2 games, and there were a lot of people who were pretty upset with my not including Arena and Daggerfall. Part of that was the procedurally generated like maps and stuff, and like spaghetti dungeons, but the other part was I am just really bad at it, and I will admit that. I suck at it. I can't get the controls to feel well. Or feel good, I should say, and that sounds better. Look at this throne. I do want to play Daggerfall Unity and give that a fair shake at some point. I think I mentioned that yesterday, but I do want to do that. Rusty weapons. Where's the... I hear him. Okay. And down you go. Let's see. Curious about Spyro content. So, I love Spyro. Oh gosh. This poor guy. I just trampled over your feet there. I almost stumbled right over you. Galerian the Mystic. Good book. I'll probably leave that with you, but you're not going to need the money. No offense. And I'm not going to be like the leprechaun and take your shoes. So, Spyro content. I'll talk about that real quick. Spyro Season of Flame was, like, I got that game for my birthday. I think I was 6 or something. Or maybe younger. I don't remember. But, I think I was like 6. Yeah. Because I already had a Game Boy Advance. I just only had the remake of Super Mario 2, so Super Mario Advance. But, yeah. So I must have been 6 years old, and I got Season of Flame, and I absolutely loved it. I replay that game. No lie. I replay Season of Flame probably every 3 months or so. Just a full playthrough. And I'm actually, I mentioned earlier that I'm like making these little custom handhelds. I'm actually going to make a custom backlit Spyro themed Game Boy Advance to play back through all of them on. Hindering touch, nice. But is there anything that you are specifically curious about when it comes to like the Spyro video, or whether I'm going to make more? I would like to make more. I'm not going to let the popularity of videos stop me from doing things I find interesting, even though it's hard sometimes. You know, you see something like the contrast video. I was super happy with it. I had fun doing it. I had fun revisiting it. Not a popular game. Did not perform well. I anticipated that, but I wanted to do it anyway. And I'm trying to put those in between the titles that everyone really wants to see. That way I can still do other things I want, as well as obviously I do want to do Elder Scrolls, but those take a lot more I guess a lot more planning, is I think what I would say. A hasty translation is scrawled here. Stone settlers not rest, Meridia. Terror of the most terror, haste to safe home. Let's see here. I love the way you present the lore. I'm very happy I found this because it's been a big part of my life, and I love seeing people just as passionate about it. Oh yeah, I'm enjoying the remaster, and thank you for being here and just just being you know, someone who checks out the stuff, someone I can talk to about the games, and who will listen to me ramble about Elder Scrolls, because I promise you there's not a bunch of people in my personal life that want to hear me sit and do that. So yes, very appreciative for all you guys. Koan, ever play Repo? I bet you'd have fun with that. I don't know, Koan, have we ever played Repo together? I think we have. It is super fun. It is super fun. Okay. Let's keep on trucking here. But, yeah, I do think I want to make some more... Okay, Zoe. I mean, yeah, not a lie, not a lie. Have we gone through everything? Let's see. Oh, who's my favorite Aedra? Are we talking in-universe, or are we talking which do I find most interesting? Also, Todd Howard is... He gets a lot of flack for saying things that aren't entirely true at times to sell video games and stuff, but, like, without Todd Howard, would any of you be here talking to me right now? Would my channel be succeeding at all? Would we ever have these fond memories of Skyrim, Oblivion, and especially for me, Morrowind? I think all that kind of just undoes any kind of complaint I have about, you see that mountain? You can go there, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm not bothered. A lot of people find reasons to be mad at him for this or that, but I'm like, dude, he, you know. And when it comes to the horse armor debacle, I kind of agree, for sure. Like, it set off something that I wish wouldn't have happened, but, I mean, I don't know. What can I say about it? People purchased it, so. But no, Todd Howard's great. Big inspiration. I used to mod Morrowind a lot, and make my own locations and everything. Okay, so I think we're just back at the start now. I believe we've cleared this location. So Lost Abigarlis, back to Sideways Cave. Yeah, I think we've cleared this location. I didn't find any loot that was amazing, but I think we probably come back here later, if I had to guess. Ever play Spyro Enter the Dragonfly? No, but funny enough, I just watched a playthrough, and I wanted to see just how easy it is to fight Ripto at the end, straight from the start, and I could not believe... I had heard all the rumors of, like, oh, you can beat this game in, like, 30 seconds, and I was like, okay, that's probably an exaggeration. No, there's a glitch where you can just jump into a portal and immediately fight Ripto, and boom, game over. So, yeah, that's pretty funny. Also, I legitimately got turned around here. Which do I find the most interesting? Probably... I mean, Akatosh is interesting. I like Debella in universe. Mara is pretty interesting, although there's a lot of overlap there. RK, I learned a lot while making the video about. I didn't know that he was thought to have been mortal. And there's multiple people saying this, like multiple in-game books say this. And then you have the NPCs in Skyrim that will say, which is, you know, 200 years beyond this point, so a lot can change in that time, but you have NPCs in Skyrim that are like, oh, Talos was the only one... Oh, I guess I can't grab that. Talos was the only one to ever achieve apotheosis, and, you know, that doesn't seem to be the case, does it? If RK was once a mortal, you know, and that's if you believe the written histories, which, they, you know, there can be error there. They're written by mortals, so. Hope they kept his voice in the remaster. You might have to remind me who he voiced in this game. Someone mentioned that yesterday, and I did he voice the Wood Elves primarily? If I jump over this, is it gonna kill me? Let me go ahead and save just in case. Okay, it's just a dead end. Alright. Alright, looks like we cleared this dungeon. Found a little bit of loot, nothing too crazy, but it's a positive number. So, and it was fun. It looks like the cave looks a lot better, and using a torch to go through it feels really good. Yeah, you know what, Spooky? I was thinking about that actually, because I'm getting to that age where a lot of my favorite musicians and stuff have started, you know, passing away, and seeing Todd Howard every time he's in a trailer, you know, a couple more lines on the cheeks, you know, I'm just kind of breaks my heart a little bit, but you know what? I'd rather grow old than not grow old. You know what I mean? So, man, okay. It's beautiful out here. If there's any chug, it's just because I'm streaming. It runs beautifully whenever I'm not streaming. Go ahead and put this torch away. If RK was mortal, doesn't that invalidate the Thalmor's whole thing? Yes. Something interesting, though, is... And hear me out here. So, you know... Oh my gosh, I'm about to drop a crazy theory. I didn't even think of this before now. So, in RK the Enemy, the book by Mannimarco, who... Mannimarco was a high elf, right? And during the Warp in the West, many people say he went to a realm where he was ruling. And he did turn everyone into undead slaves and everything. The Aldmeri Dominion are made up all of... well... primarily, let's say, I'm going to step in here so it's not so choppy. I cleared this dungeon in between streams. I will tell you guys some stuff about it in a second. But anyway, so hear me out. What if he comes back? What if Mannimarco comes back because during the Warp in the West, he was said to have survived in some capacity in a certain timeline? Certain, you know, that was the most famous Dragon Break, right? Oh, I guess I ran out of that one. So what if he comes back and the idea was just to, you know, remove that history altogether? So they've already kind of succeeded. I could see this being the case. Like, they succeeded in the background to remove the written history of RK having been mortal in the past. And then Talos was the last one they had to do. And once they remove that, which they have, or, you know, it seems like they have succeeded with that as far as the Empire is concerned. So maybe that's part of their whole thing. And they make people stop believing in the gods, and then they come in when everyone's morale is down and they start taking up land. I mean, that makes sense from a story perspective. Be crazy. I mean, I could see it as a possibility though. But I think the fact that the Red Guards are fighting back. Well, there's a few things that makes me think that we're doing Hammerfell and not High Rock in Elder Scrolls 6 is because number one, in the White Gold Concordat, parts of Hammerfell were signed over to the Dominion, but a lot of the Red Guards fought back and were currently fighting back at the time of Skyrim, the game. And if you know anything about the time gaps between the Elder Scrolls titles, it goes 6 years, or I think it goes 200 years, 6 years, 200 years, 6 years, kind of in that order. So Morrowind to Oblivion was only 6 years. Oblivion to Skyrim was 200 years. So Skyrim to, you know, if it happens to be Hammerfell, will be 6 years. And so they'll still be under that fight against the Dominion. So I think the Dominion's actually going to be a bigger presence than we anticipate in the next title. That would not surprise me. He voiced one of the Daedric Shrines. Oh, Clavicus Vile, he did. He did do Clavicus Vile. That sounds right. Playing along right now, and damn, I do not like the Persuasion minigame. Did you ever play it in the original? I showed it to my wife yesterday, and she was having trouble understanding it when we first started, which so did I, because she has never played Oblivion. But when I first played it as a kid, I certainly was like, what the heck is going on here? But it's not that bad. Oh. Come here, doggy. Come here, doggy. Dang. You know, it's like moments like this that make me want to up the difficulty, but then I think it's something they are gonna have to patch is there is a huge jump. Someone said it in chat yesterday. There's a huge jump between your adept difficulty and your expert. So let's see. I was going to talk to you guys about the this fort here. I had an issue in the fort. So if you guys come to Fort Orosek in your playthrough, if you come to an invisible wall and you can't seem to get through it, save and reload your game right in that spot, and it'll be gone. There's an enemy behind the wall, but they will teleport behind you like freaking Sonic or Shadow or whatever. Nothing personnel, kid. But that was a big issue. It was literally impassable. So I had to save and reset. Not a big ask, and then it was good. But let me know if you guys have bugs doing that, because that certainly happened. About to do a brush with death. I bet it looks super cool. The final fight between Maywrin Stegan and Martin Septim looks so cool in this. Man, you guys have blitzed through this. I have not even taken the amulet to Joffrey. I think I kind of want to do that, though. Let's do that. Let's get her going. But I want to... Okay, I want to go from the market to the Elven District. And then I want to go this way, across Lake Rumere, through the bridge. Never played the original. That makes sense. Yeah, it's easy when you get used to it. Do you understand it yet? Because... well, you might just not like it. I'm not sure how to interpret that comment. You might just not enjoy it, which that's fine. But if you don't understand it, I can help. Or I'll try to. Green Emperor Way. I gotta see this at daytime. I might just loiter for a few hours against the wall. Wow. Wow. Oh, the Amanitas. So, the reason that the Amanitas are called Amanitas is because, or the fly Amanita, is specifically because the white little, I don't know what to call them other than like pustules or whatever, they actually secrete, and as far as I understand, they secrete an enzyme that summons, essentially, flies to come to them. Either as, because flies can be pollinators, so either as like, I don't know why, you know, they don't need to be pollinated, they're not flowers, but for whatever reason, they attract flies. Now, is that an evolutionary advantage? Probably not, because I assume the flies eat on the mushroom a little bit. However, if this is, and it looks to be the same as Amanita muscaria, it actually has some hallucinogenic properties. So, and that's due to the alkaloids within it. I actually did not believe that until I did a little more research, because, you know, it's the Mario mushroom. It's the... There's always the joke of, oh, you know, Mario's tripping. I mean, he quite literally is. I mean, look at the game and tell me any of that is supposed to be, like, lore-wise, factual, you know. But anyway, yeah, the fly Amanita, certain variations of it do have alkaloids within them that make them hallucinogenic, which is pretty dang funny. I'm just on a mushroom harvesting spree. Yeah, that was bound to happen. Let's see. Bet the final battle looks incredible. Oh yeah, I am excited to see it. I'm holding off. I like to take my time. Seems they use ESO's version of Maywrin Stegan. Oh, they did? Oh, okay. That's cool. I knew there was some more Dagon lore in... Wait a minute. Oh, okay, never mind. For some reason, my mind crossed over with Molag Bal. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what he looked like. I played that in ESO, but I can't remember. I mean, he looked fairly similar from what I remember. Also, that dungeon that came out with that DLC, that chapter on ESO was freaking hard on Vet. Very hard. Let's see what we can make. Nothing crazy yet. I really want to get a house so I can start putting these ingredients away. Does anyone know within this remaster how to begin the Frostcrag Spire quest, because I actually, like, in the original game, you just got notes that just told you, hey, go there. And I don't want to spoil too much for myself just by looking it up, but I really need a place to put my stuff. And you know, while I'm here, I should probably just go sell some things. But I would like to have a place to put my ingredients so that we can continue moving forward and making progress. Carry spores. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they would. I mean, spores go crazy, so you know, using pollination as a wide definition, I guess, technically.
I've heard others say the same.
The
Fighters Guild is recruiting again. Oh, not a bad way.
Let's go ahead and sleep here. I don't want to fast forward time. I want to play a little more realistic and actually use, like, pay for resting and everything. It's fun.
Luther Broad's boarding house. I'm Luther. You want beds or food? See me.
Oh, I see ya. Tell me about the rumors.
Everyone's talking about the assassination, of course. Me here. Take my copy of the new Black Horse Courier. Go ahead. Keep it.
Go ahead. Keep it. Okay, I'll read it before I go to bed.
If you've got 10 gold, I've got a room for the night.
Half as much as the other guy, for sure.
The
Just
room's
hope
up the stairs.
it's not
It'll be the
infested with
first
something.
door on your left. Farewell.
Thank you, sir. Painted world looks crazy. Looks like what Oblivion used to look like. Okay. That's interesting. That makes me excited to go do that quest. Alright. Oh, that looks... Oh, this bed looks so cozy. Tell me I'm wrong. It's got the little ripples in there, too, to make it extra real. Alright. Okay, so I never put my things in these chests, because I'm always worried they're going to disappear. I don't know if they changed that, but in original Oblivion, there were, other than, like, inside a player home, all the chests would reset. So you could never trust putting your items in them. Yeah, Megan, I don't like his tone either. Go ahead. Keep it. It's like, what do you mean by that? What are you implying? Are you implying that I'm not going to be alive long enough to make use of it, or what? You gonna do me one like the Emperor? I don't know. Let's read this real quick. The Emperor is dead, age of 87, ruled for 65 years. At the same time, in separate locations, the 3 sons and heirs were killed. Investigation into the identity and motives is underway. I mean, what else would be the motive other than power? But I guess it is way worse, actually. By ancient precedent, the Elder Council rules the Empire until a new Emperor is crowned. No direct heirs survive, and the Council has proposed no list of candidates. Chancellor Ricardo, which we'll meet later, speaking for the Elder Council, presented an appeal to the Empire's citizens for calm and asked that the people remember the Emperor, his sons, and the Elder Council in their prayers. Uriel's early reign was marked by peace and prosperity. Calavoria bore him 3 healthy sons, was a loving companion, and a great favorite of the people. However, the Emperor and the Empire suffered terribly during the Imperial Simulacrum, when he was held captive during Yeagar Tharn's stealing of his appearance, Let's read this. That's a classic read back. Oh, okay. Talking about the warp in the west here. Talking about Helseth and Baron Zaya. Let's see. The latter years of the Emperor's reign have seen a flourishing of imperial influence in the provinces, and with the fortunate resolution of the religious wars and the Vardenfell crisis, and with the wise and firm guidance of King Helseth and his mother Baron Zaya, an extension of high imperial culture even into the more remote parts of Morrowind. Not for long, buddy, not for long. The Emperor's murder and the murder of his 3 sons is a terrible, terrible crime. Basically, everybody chill. We're trying to figure it out. We'll see. I actually wonder if Manamarco in this will be Oblivion's voice actor or the one from ESO. I don't know. I'm wondering if they changed his design, his physical design, because honestly, his physical design in ESO is, I thought, to be pretty good. Bro! Are you guys seeing this, man? I paid. I didn't knock that stuff over. I paid for a room. Why are you looking at me like you want to kill me?
Go ahead. please.
Okay. I see why there's no cult meetings in your house. Alright, let's move on. That part was fine for you. It was his bristly introduction. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, his angry face didn't seal the deal for me there. I only slept there because it was dark out and I just needed to rest. Let's go this way? Yeah? Yeah, let's go sell some things. I know we don't have a lot, but gotta clear our inventory if we're gonna go on a long walk.
What is it, citizen?
I guess he was attracted because he found his way to the bottom of the stairs. He's like, oh, you're not leaving. He is cheap, but that bed looked cozy, you know? And I didn't experience any bed bugs or anything, so I suppose we can feel safe about it. Okay, so I need to sell some. What do I have actually? It's mostly my. Do I have? I'll go ahead and swap these. Do I have leather boots on? I don't have anything. I've been walking barefoot this whole time. Earlier I put on the blue suede stuff just for some style points, and yeah, I guess I forgot to put my shoes back on when I took that off. Oh, come on. It's 8:30. Maybe one more hour. That I know of. That's true. Give it time, I might start itching. Who knows? He was the only one there, and he had no other customers. There's got to be a reason, right?
I hope I can help.
Hi, Rosan. You can probably help.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Let's haggle a little bit, just to work on that skill slightly. Okay. I'm not going to chance any more than that. Okay. Don't need a shield. I don't know if that includes the dagger I have equipped. Actually, I don't have a dagger equipped. I have a short blade.
That's more than I usually.
Okay.
You've made a. That's a fair deal. You got a great deal. That seems a fair price.
Keep the arrows. Sell the pelts. And I think that's all she wrote. I have 8 repair hammers. I'm going to go ahead and stock up for. I like to keep about 10 at a time.
Thank you for your patronage.
Sure thing.
Farewell.
Now let's see if anything needs repaired. Short sword could be. Armor could be a little bit. Let's go ahead and knock that out. I didn't even use the Hindering Touch yet. But now I have a new spell. That's cool. Alright. All repaired. All good. Just looked at the ground of the caves. There's small bugs and stuff moving around. It's really cool. I love the little added realism there. Okay, let's go to this lady. Oh, she must be... Hold on. Is it over here? I sold to the... It must be in the next little block. Because I sold to the lady with the, like, fine clothing or whatever. Mystic Emporium. Divine Elegance. Here we are. Okay, I just looked at the ground. Oh, yep, read that. Max says, I'm going to build the record player with flowers Lego set and, do it to the stream. Cool. Okay, am I wrong, guys? I think I talked to her yesterday. She looks like Snape to me. She might as well call her Severus.
Need new clothing? I have a fantastic selection.
I'm just here to sell you some jewelry. And it ain't even about the jewelry.
Another satisfied.
Good old timely DJ Khaled reference there for you guys. It is the hair. It's gotta be. Okay. See what else we got going on here. It really is just my ingredients. Alright. Let's see if we can't trade up a little bit. His store is right around that corner. Okay. Also, look at this run. Bro, you look like you're running from the law. Also, does leaning forward that far actually help you? Like, I don't know. Alright. Let's walk in here. 0 points for the Arcane University. Ogier Georg.
If you have any questions about the merchandise, you've but to ask.
This guy was nice to me earlier, so...
I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Yeah, everyone says that. Let's go ahead and sell 25. Keep a good 10. We'll just keep 10 of everything. Maybe sell some potions that we don't need. I want to collect the mushrooms. They'll grow back. Yeah, we're just going to do 10 of everything. Impgall. You know, because the ingredients change effects in every game, it is sometimes hard to remember exactly what they do. Even after you spend months making a video about it.
That seems a fair price.
Okay, I got a lot of Restore Fatigue that I haven't even been using, so let's get rid of some.
A fine
Health Restoration, gonna keep those. Water Breathing. Poison of Repulsion. Weak Sorcery. I don't plan on using a ton of magic. Actually, you know what? I want to start using fire a little bit. Or my Conjuration. Whisk Stalks. Good for poisons, but we'll keep 4. Okay, and let's see if he has any that I can trade into. Aloe Vera, that's good. Something about the Roman Catholic theming of Cyrodiil makes me really like it. Yeah, you know what? When this game came out, it really was the first point of, I guess, homogenization is the word, where it looks like straight up just regular medieval. However, I think that very much widened the audience and the amount of people who were into it. So I see it as a win because, you know, if Oblivion didn't win, we wouldn't get Skyrim, and obviously that includes some of the changes that occurred. But if they weren't successful, you know, we wouldn't still be enjoying the series, so it's fine. Plus, I think it's really pretty, and when you watch the making of Oblivion, you can see there's 2 people who were going out and scouting locations, like in Washington and stuff, where this type of architecture, or at least similar things, were still on display, and Washington DC specifically, and they really tied that in. You can see how that functions into the actual architecture of the game. It's pretty dang cool. No general subtitles. Do I not have subtitles on? Or do you mean subtitles of just like people that you're passing by and stuff? Okay. Let's make some more health potions because you know we gotta. Haven't had to use any yet, I don't think. Maybe last night we did a couple times, but... Alright. Good, good. We have some room to start traveling. I could visit one of the mages and sell them that one book, but that's not going to change a whole lot. The DLC is exploration based. Munson, how's it going, dude? The DLC is exploration based. I got the Thieves' Den quest, walking near the cave. Also, I'm absolutely loving the remaster, and the dupe glitch doesn't seem to work. That's probably for the best. I remember, are you talking about the arrow duplication glitch? Because when I first played, I would dupe like gems and just have a ton of money and then have no reason to play. Like, I very quickly felt that way as a kid. I was like, oh man, you know, so cool that I'm duping everything, and then very quickly I was like, yeah, this is not it. Follow him, see where he goes. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and knock this out, but I want to get there naturally, so I probably need to go. Actually, I think it can be accessed from all spokes of the wheel, right? Make it a skooma.
Well met.
Hello. I don't have moon sugar. I don't think moon sugar is an ingredient you can have in this game. Cheydinhal and Coral have my favorite building design. Oh, man, okay, so you know how I mentioned before I went to try and get some thumbnail material. I went to Cheydinhal, and I went to that chapel, which they still all seem to have Stendar as their central stained glass figure. But anyway, I went there, and my immediate thought was like, oh my gosh, this area is so beautiful. I wish that I, you know, hadn't rushed here to try and get a thumbnail, but I needed to know. You know, I needed to know these things for content. So I needed to figure out pretty quick. Otherwise, I haven't spoiled much for myself. The window lighting at night is very nice. Ooh, see, I went during the day, so I'm excited to see that. Yeah, the dupe glitch just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like that in every game, right? Oh, this guy doesn't look suspicious. I just want to say, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna make him too suspicious on me. Let's see where he goes, though. I probably need to wait till nighttime, I bet. Speaking of, shadows are starting to fall down. I'll just go ahead and follow him. Oh, okay, well. I will trail from a distance as he so ungraciously steps on people's graves. Isn't he... I don't want to spoil. I kind of remember what he's doing, or like where he gets his stuff from. Loved Anvil, the port and docks. Oh, I'm also excited to see that. I bet it's beautiful. With how good the remake looks, maybe they will continue using Creation Engine as the brain in UE5 for graphics. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, they've spent many years, like two plus decades on the Creation Engine. So, you know, I also understand, you know, wanting to move on from something that might have its own limitations, but something does worry me. It's kind of like the monoculture situation, right? When everyone's using the same thing and a problem happens to that one thing, it's a problem for everyone. And the reason that relates to monocultures in my mind, you know, having a degree in biology and environmental science, is if you have a monoculture where everything is just one species of grass, for example, say every species of grass in the arboretum here was the same type, and then a pathogen came through. A pathogen came through that specifically affected that species of grass, all your grass would be wiped out. So that's why I'm using it as a reference. But yeah, if everyone's using and fully reliant upon UE5, it can be somewhat worrisome. This guy is so rude. Look at that, just absolutely stomping on the graves. Someone will find a new dupe glitch. Oh yeah, they will. They will, or they'll just make a mod. Although I have also, I think we discussed, UE5 can make it pretty difficult for modders at times. Don't mind me, I'm not casing you, Agramir. I'm just admiring the architecture. Just admiring it. While you look at that pillar. Pretty cool. Don't mind me. Alright, let me, is there a little bit of water here from the rain a couple nights ago? I think I might need to wait till nighttime, guys. Let me just pay respects here to this person for, let's say, 7 hours. Just hope Elder Scrolls 6 brings back skills and stuff, something akin to Morrowind or Oblivion, or an in-between. I very much agree. I enjoyed having skills that you actually used in order to build up the talent. I told Megan about this. Well, that's my wife. I told Megan about this. That might be confusing for Megan in the chat there, but I told her about this last night when she was making her character. She actually spent twice as long on here than I did. I was knocking out some Pokemon Project stuff, but I let her play for a while.
Hey.
Oh. Okay. Are they in cahoots? I don't know. But she was kind of surprised at the fact that it's kind of like Morrowind in that you have to actually use the pertinent skill to get points in that skill. So you have to use Blade to up your Blade. And then that affects your attributes. But in Skyrim, they do away with attributes. Which is, you know, there are missing skills from Morrowind to Skyrim that I wish would come back, like mysticism and stuff, but they also just rearranged some things, took away levitation, took away telekinesis, for whatever reason. Let's see. If every dev used the same engines, things would get boring very fast. Fully agree. Fully agree. And not every game has to look like reality, you know? That's one of the things that's super fun about video games, especially like we were talking about Spyro earlier. One of the things I really love about video games is how kind of funny they look and unique. And when every game, you know, especially like we're noticing all the pop-in and the loading of different geometry and textures and stuff, this happens in every Unreal game I've played. And it's very much an Unreal Engine thing. And although Unreal Engine 5 is a strong engine, it can do a lot of amazing things, it can look really amazing, it unfortunately has its own shortcomings as well as any other engine, and if everyone's using it, that's my primary issue. Not only will they, not only that they're going to look and feel somewhat similar, but also that they are going to have the same problems. And if everyone's reliant upon it, that's interesting. You can see caves through the... It makes these interior cells, right? So it just uses the compass to point out other locations. That's interesting. Let's see. The name's Marco. Meet me at the newsstand down the main street. Oh, is this his house? Okay, yeah, perfect. Alright, well, maybe we'll just see if there's an inn around here. I'm pretty sure there is. It's probably named after Talos, if I remember right. Yeah, Tiber Septim Hotel. Okay. We'll sleep here and we'll scope out his house when we wake up. Another for the army. Yes, we do have similar trains of thought. Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Evening.
Hi, Augusta.
Welcome, friend, to the Tiber Septim Hotel.
I can, from a dev perspective, understand why they took away levitation. Yeah, like I mentioned before, taking away levitation was more of the limitation of them trying to make cities and everything run and look as good as they possibly can. Because if they still had levitation, you'd be floating outside the Imperial City in the external cell. Then you'd look in and see nothing. Something I noticed during the reveal trailer is that they had the you have the intro trailer and it shows you like the introduction to the game itself, and it shows you like a bird's eye view of the Imperial City, and you can see people walking in the streets. Something really funny, if you want to go look it up sometime, on the original, I can't remember if it's the original intro sequence to the game or if it's just in the reveal trailer for the original Oblivion, like the very first reveal trailer. But when they show the Imperial City, they show someone walking in it, and he's like giant compared to everything else. It's a Imperial Guard, and he's walking through, but he's not scaled with the building, so he's not scaled down. He's a normal sized character just walking around in the city, like between the walls, as if it's like only he can fit there. It's pretty funny. Let's see.
Why, yes. I do have a lovely room available for a mere 40 gold a night.
40.
Are you interested? Excellent. The room is on the floor upstairs.
We're just sampling
at the west end of the hall.
all the different places we can rest.
I do hope you rest well. There's something strange about Ida Lenormand. I heard she was climbing up the chapel just so she could jump off.
Poor lady.
Bye.
Wishing the best for her. Not even as a joke, I feel like it would be... You know what? That would be a fun video. I don't know if you guys agree. It might sound boring, but imagine just like Elder Scrolls hotel reviews. Just like me walking around in character, going to each hotel and checking them out and just seeing, you know, what are the amenities? What are, you know, what is the landscape like? What are the beds like? So on and so forth. I feel like that'd be really fun. Is this mine? No. I did steal a little bit from Thoronir earlier. I feel bad about that, but that's mine there. Whoa. Dang, this place is really nice. This would score high on that video. There's a study up top. I don't remember if I've been in here. Ooh, imagine during the day, just you could roll up these and just look out across the city. Also, the crystal ball looks nice. Okay. Out of bounds in games have always been interesting to me. Yeah, that reminds me of like Halo 2, breaking out of the borders and running around. To a lesser degree, Halo 3. Halo 1, it tends to like freeze you in spots. I tried some of that the other day, actually, like a week ago, and with my friend Ben, and we just got stuck and neither of us could shoot or anything. I will say though, this bed's very slim. Very slim. Okay, it's got a lock on the door. That's good. These are things I'd be looking at. Give them a star rating. Yeah, this one would rank pretty high. With what I've experienced so far, I'm gonna say 4 stars. Yeah, dude, I could rank the I could rank people's just general behavior as like the person at the desk, you know, that's like, oh, are they kind to you? Are they mean upon your first visit in? Give them a star rating. That would be fun. All right, let's go see what's in Agramir's house. I'm pretty sure I know, but I don't want to spoil. Four Azura stars out of 5. You know, that's okay. That's something. I don't know if people caught this. I mean, it wouldn't make sense until the next volume came out, which I'm going to be honest is going to be a minute. But what I was trying to do with the thumbnail for the Pantheons video is Azura at dawn. It's supposed to be like a hint for my in-universe characters following of Azura, but you have Azura at dawn, and then the next volume, if it happens to be 2 volumes, the next one would be her at dusk. And I already have thumbnails prepared. But if it happens to need 3, which it's very much looking like it will, the middle one will just be like midday. But I didn't want to put Dawn Era in the thumbnail itself because I was somewhat worried that people would see Dawn and they would immediately be like, oh, this is just all about the Dawn Era. It's not gonna include other stuff, and a lot of people already know some things about the Dawn Era, so I was gonna put, you know, Volume 1, the Dawn, and, you know, Volume 2, midday, Volume 3, dusk, but I was also kind of worried that, oh, door is barred from inside. Okay, so I gotta wait a little bit. I'll just hang out here, flip a nickel for a minute. But I was worried people might confuse what I was doing with the naming scheme. Yup, reviews for businesses. Yeah, that would be a way bigger video. So, you know what? That would be really cool to start. That could be my next one, just to give me a little bit of a more of a relaxed video to do. Ranking the inns and such in the Elder Scrolls. I really like that idea. There's this old hotel he'll show... Oh, Hotel Hell. Hotel Hell show Gordon Ramsay did. I could see a fun bit with some of the less nice hotels in the same vein. Oh yeah. That would be funny. That would be enjoyable. I would like to do that. The Brina Cross Inn. That's in this game, isn't it? That sounds very familiar. Alright.
What is it, citizen?
Oh, nothing. He's still home. Okay. I love the storm sounds. Maybe I need to wait until the afternoon? Next in on the Black Horse Courier. Onyx Leviathan rates hotels. I was going to say review hotels and I just got caught up between words. Alright, here we are. The woe of Tyler. He was having trouble with this earlier. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I'll do that, Zoe. I don't think I'll be doing that on my episodes. Okay, I don't think we need to steal any of his personal belongings. Need is the strong word there. But if he's doing some pretty bad stuff, so I won't feel bad about it. We need to go downstairs, but first, let's check upstairs. Okay. Very pretty, very pretty. He was measuring time on the floor. A natural midday activity. I just measure time by how the sun comes in through the window. Just anti-tech. No tech in the house. I'm not even playing on a computer, I'm just telepathizing. Oh, he has a thin bed too, but he's got a nice place. Let's see how he makes his money. Let's see how he makes his money, everyone. Oh, damn it. Come on. Got it. Your host is walking through the hotel to see the damage, and you open the door and see a dead body. And it was like, or it plays the freaking, it could also play the, dang, the candles are red. It could also play the freaking Among Us sound. Oh, you're good. I know what you're trying to say. No worries. Love seeing new people get into Oblivion through the remaster. For sure. There are a lot of people who it was just kind of... I mean, my brother-in-law, in fact, started playing it. He's never played it before. Started playing today. He's the one who called me about trying to figure out how to... Let me read this real quick. He was calling me about how do you do... Straight up, first thing, I was like, hey, what's up? And he's like, how do you do the lockpicking? Alright. I found my way into Agramir's basement. The place consists of an odd assortment of clothing and trinkets. Most disturbing is the dirty shovel and the mud-encrusted boots tucked into the corner, and the bits of ground bone meal strewn about. I suspect Agramir's stock he sells to Thoronir is taken from the recently dead. I should continue to search carefully for more solid evidence into this grisly accusation. Well, first off we got bone meal. We got a shovel, we got those, that's pretty dang clear. Yeah, this doesn't look interesting, I'll just walk away from that. Macabre Manifest. I found a manifest that seems to detail names of the recently deceased, what they were buried with, and their locations in Cyrodiil. I should take this and confront Thoronir. He may not realize what's happening. Gold ring with onyx stones. Alright, we're gonna have to go find that. You know what? I've never actually considered... I don't think they would be. That's a lot of effort for a single quest, but I've never actually considered going to the Undercroft of different chapels or whatever and trying to see if you can find some of these. That would be wild. Because I know in certain Undercrofts you can, but I imagine these people, silver longsword personalized, gold ring with inscription, cursed, question mark? Leather-bound travel journal. Because a lot of these are items you can get. Like this, this is listing items that are in existence within the game. Does anyone know if you can actually find these? Let's see. Just watch out for rogue mages on the roads. A lot of people will now understand the Oblivion NPC memes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Although the... I guess I gotta take this. The zoom in and out is not nearly as jarring in this as the original. Because you'll be walking around and it'll just like freaking suck your entire world toward a person, and they'll just stare into your soul, and you just feel like you're not consenting to this. Lockpick. Okay. I think we're done here. Let me go to Thoronir and be like, hey, your business partner's a grave robber. Alright, we got 31 people here. Hello, everyone. Just having some fun playing the Oblivion Remaster. It's actually been really enjoyable. A little bit of visual errors here and there, but not a huge deal. I think do I have to pay for another night, or has this... Yeah, we waited a full day, didn't we? So I'm gonna go ahead and pay for another...
How are you?
Oh, hi.
My name is Elrigil.
Is that right?
I look after Thamriel. He's a little strange. Touched by the gods, they say.
Oh. Who's Thamriel?
Thamriel says she hears voices. All the men and women who lived and died here for thousands of years. Maybe they left ghosts behind.
Maybe. I kind of want to talk to this Thamriel person, but I don't know. Do they have a place in the city? Let's see. Oh, well, I have to go outside.
Can I ask you a favor?
What's up?
Hey, stranger, can you spare a few coins? I've just been shaken down by that bastard watchman who
I mean,
took my last scepter.
You're wearing some pretty fine clothes. I don't care if you're mad at me.
I don't get paid until tomorrow. I guess I'll just have to wait to eat till then.
Well, you get paid tomorrow? Okay, well then you have fine clothes, which, you know, I'm not saying you can't find those somewhere or
Take
be
my
given them.
advice. Stay away from the watchman.
But you'll be alright.
Tidings, citizen. What can I do for you?
Let's go ahead and get a bed again.
Why, yes, I do. Be seeing you.
Alright, thank you. Alright, this quest also wants me to say this. I kind of missed when you need enchanted weapons on spectral beings, yes. That's a holdover from Morrowind. Instead of saying I'm autistic, I'm just going to say I was touched by the gods instead. Yeah, yeah. I was going to make a comment, but, about, one of my friends commenting in chat there, but... Yeah, it's such a nice thing. Any of us who, and I'm totally, I don't know, there's more than one comment I've gotten that's like, oh, whoever makes these videos is on the spectrum. I'm like, huh, you think? But it's all good. I've been touched by the gods, as they say. Alright, 724. Let's see, touched by the gods. Holy mackerel, I just watched someone do that quest in original Oblivion. Oh yeah. That'd be fun to do. I do plan on taking Joffrey's amulet to him once we wrap this quest up. But yeah, I just wanted to get this done first. This hallway. Check this out. Yeah, keep them guessing. Never let them know your next move. Look at this. Can you tell me how pretty this would be if we had a photo mode? Or at least could take off the UI at all? Look how pretty of a shot this would be, just coming through here. Of course without collision, so you're not like bouncing up and down slightly. But yeah, you know, it really is kind of a bummer that they haven't added that and no one's figured it out yet. Usually people figure this stuff out really quick. So I'm still holding out hope for someone to say, oh, you know, I found out how to toggle the HUD. But it just kind of is a bummer because I would love to use some of this, just record footage in this from now on when it comes to Oblivion, or when I'm trying to demonstrate certain concepts. Like, I have lots of video ideas, and that's honestly, when this game was being remade, that was one of my things I was most excited about. Was, hey, I'm gonna have a new avenue through which to gather footage that looks really cool, really clean, enjoyable to look at, and so far the answer is no. So I'm gonna have to come through these places on original graphics, which is whatever. But it would be cool if I could do these. So I'll keep an eye out for if anyone figures it out. I've been touched by Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas the Dank Engine.
Hello again.
Hi Thoronir, you've been eating some flowers?
Welcome back.
Let's see, is weapon durability still a part of the game? Has it been annoying? If I wasn't from the Morrowind era, where you had durability on everything and your strength affected it. I'm not sure if it does in this game, but it does there. Like if your strength is high, you can break things easier if you're not skilled with them. It doesn't bother me at all. As a matter of fact, they made the item repair really fast. I mean, you always have just spammed a button, right? But it's actually, you can just do it all real quick, and you can group repair things, which I don't remember being an option in the original Oblivion. So it is still part of the game, but it has not been annoying. Once you make it to the Imperial City, you can just keep like 5. I keep 10 because I'm going overboard, but you can keep 5 to 10 repair things on you. They're really cheap. They're just like £1 each. And then as your gear breaks when you're in a dungeon, you can fix them, which will not only fix your gear, give you an avenue for gameplay, and then, you know, just like a realism thing for role-playing purposes as well. But also it's going to empty that weight of the repair hammer from your inventory so you can just keep on looting. I think it's a rewarding system. I think it's totally fine.
I can't believe what I'm seeing in this book. I'm mortified. To think these things here were once on the bodies of the recently deceased. It's just too horrible to comprehend. I don't even know what to say. I guess an apology is not enough. What can I do?
Well, you're gonna have to help me catch him.
Yes, that's the least I can do. First and foremost, I will never meet with him again. I can promise you that. Secondly, I remember him mentioning a place he had to be this very day.
Okay.
Yes. That's right. He said that he wouldn't be able to do anything else as he had something important to do. You don't think he would dig up another... Oh, no. He wouldn't. But I guess he has been. Oh, my. What have I done?
It's okay, Thoronir. We'll figure it out.
Yes, you do that. And in the meantime, I'll decide what to do with all of these ill-gotten things. I'm so sorry.
That is the voice actor from Skyrim's Wood Elves.
I don't even want to look at it for another moment.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
I hope everyone can forgive me. I hope you can forgive me. I had no idea.
I think people will once we figure out what the problem is. Yeah, hack dirt. Ugh, don't get me started. Hack dirt is creepy. Plus, interesting note that's actually relevant to the Pantheon's video. Oh, okay, it wasn't loading for a sec. The deep ones, I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to spoil things for anyone, but I was actually going to add them. There's just not a lot to say about it, honestly. But yeah, everything about hack dirt is super, super creepy. Oh, he's in the mausoleum. I remember this. I've noticed that the door to the Trentius family mausoleum has been unsealed. This must be Agramir's doing. I should proceed inside. I feel like he has a couple people in here. Jason Marsden, good voice actor, a nice change. Yeah. Yep, he knew he was going to be... Okay. You knew that I was tailing you this whole time.
I had a feeling you'd catch on sooner or later. That's why I had this trap prepared for you. If you'll notice, the grave is already dug. This time, it wasn't to take something away from the graveyard. It was to add something. I'm afraid all I can offer you is an unmarked grave.
Uh-huh.
Die,
yeah, good luck with that.
Take that.
I'll save you for last. I'm gonna kill your friend first. The guy that chose to help you in this endeavor. Looks like we might be making some use of the health potions I made. Oh no. Oh no. You got me in a corner. Ha! That's what you get for helping him out. Okay. Oh, you think you're hot stuff? Stab you in the face. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Get up. Get up. Try not to heal if I don't have to. Oh, actually, let's start using some magic. I said I wanted to build that up. Oh, okay, that's a heavy hit. It's a heavy hit. Oh, I thought that'd be it. Alright. Agramir has been slain. Since the penalty for grave robbing is death, it somehow seems as though justice has been done. I should search the gravesite for anything potentially incriminating. First off, get the house key, take your money. It's very dark in here. Let's go ahead and make some use of the torches because it looks so cool. Alright, we'll start at this corner. Okay. The full Trentius family is here. He, of course, was breaking into this one. There's bone meal. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he dug into that. That actually looks really, really good compared to the original game. Like that, the fact that he actually moved over the stone and everything. Just checking all these out. I just went there. Haven't done any quests for it yet. Had to break in, but nothing happened. I'm not trapped in here. Yeah, absolutely. You're trapped in here with me. Okay. Steel longsword. Did his weapon go flying? Where did his weapon go? Did I already grab it? There it is. The debaser. Makes me think of that gorilla song. And that is a short sword, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay. If we can keep up the charge on its enchantment, that'll be great. I'm actually going to go ahead and mark that as part of our... Whoops. I'm actually going to put that on our quick menu. Alright, awesome. Okay, so Agramir's dead. Is it wanting... I forget, does it want me to take the bone meal or the shovel? Yeah, the shovel. I've acquired Agramir's shovel, still damp with the fresh earth of the open grave. This is the final bit of proof I need of Agramir's crimes. One question I have is how are they going to prove that is from the grave, specifically? Like, are they going to do some kind of soil analysis and be like, oh, this matches where you found it? I highly doubt it. But, anyway, doesn't matter. I feel like the incriminating written history, written log of, like, looting sites would probably be a more surefire way to clear it. And also, once they find him in here and his dead buddy, which I'm in town, I could sell this armor if I can carry it. You don't need it anymore. We're 5 over. Let's see what we can drop. It's worth 25, and it's 9 pounds. Yeah, we'll drop that. Okay, cool. Rusty on this quest, but it's wild if no authorities are involved with the resolution. Unless they changed anything, I don't think they are. This torch is going to go out if I don't put it away. Okay, so something I'm noticing, and you guys can tell me if I'm right in thinking this or not. When it rains, it looks like my armor's wet. Because it doesn't always look this shiny. Is that something that's actually happening, or am I giving the game more credit than it deserves in that respect? Let's see. I mean, these guards are crazy. They'll know you committed a crime. Well, you know, that's true. You stop. You violated the law. No need to drop anything, just slow walk it. That's true, but in the original game you couldn't do that. The original game was much more like Morrowind, where when you had a full inventory, you couldn't like do the slow walk. And after I did that one in the first time I played Skyrim, when I first went to Blackreach, and this is a true story, I spent real-time days grabbing all the Dwemer stuff because I love the Dwemer history. I find it so interesting. So I grabbed all the Dwemer loot that I possibly could, and I only moved by using Wold Na, the shout, because I didn't have Wold Nakest. I didn't have the last word. So I used Wold Na, and I walked with a drawn bow because of my my perks in marksman or archery or whatever they call it in that game. My perks made it to where I walked slightly faster with a drawn bow, and so I used those to go all the way through Blackreach. And it got to the point where when I finally circled around, things were already respawning. That's how long I was in there. And after I did that, I just decided there's no real reason to do that anymore. There's so much loot to be had. It's all good.
And we can at last rest. I feared had he somehow bested you, I'd be next. It is fortunate that your skills exceeded his.
Yeah, because you probably would have been killed.
I intend to donate all of the money I have made, as well as what is left of these stolen items, to the temple. I also want you to know that I had a long discussion with Jensine, and I have decided to join the society. I realize you risked your life to give me a chance, and Thoronir never forgets things like that. Accept this ring.
Chuanzel, over 3,000 pounds. Yeah, it's cool stuff, man.
Say thank you. Now, don't be a stranger. The copious coin purse is still in business.
All right, cool deal.
I have disposed of all of my ill-gotten merchandise and replaced it with more expensive but carefully obtained items.
Very good voice actor. Very good, very believable.
Let's do business.
Okay, let's see what you got. I'm not going to read any books by Alessia Otis, I'll tell you that. Let's see what I have to sell. I can sell this to you.
That seems a fair price.
I will look into that later. Don't need that. I have a lot of ingredients here. Probably could sell. I might be able to bump it up to expert. What do you guys think? Because we've been doing pretty well, and I haven't been using any of my potions. Resist fire and frost. That will only help me on one respect.
Come again.
But
that'd
be fine.
Mercy.
Let's go ahead and put that on. It's probably under the armor. Not a problem.
I won't forget that.
Yeah, he joined the HOA. That's how they get you. That's how they trick you in. Thoronir character development. Yeah, he's a good guy. He didn't know. I wonder what happens if I go back and talk to, what's her name? Was she in... Wasn't she in Good as New Merchandise or whatever? Jensine, right? He plays a little butt munch in Fallout 2? Really? What character?
I have been anxiously awaiting your return.
Yeah. That's right. Okay, let's talk about Thoronir.
Well done. This shovel will certainly confirm Agramir's crimes. Along with the manifest, it should prove useful to the City Watch. In your absence, Thoronir visited, and we spoke at length about his role in this scheme. I believe
Myron
him
the
when
Jet
he says
creator.
he didn't know Agramir's sources.
Yeah, Jet's
He told me
a
of
drug
his
with a
intentions to donate
dubious
all of the
origin.
money and inventory to the local temple. He also
Basically the same as
agreed to
Jinkin,
buy
just
and
from
sell
the Brahmin.
merchandise at fair prices. Last but not least, he's officially joined the society. I am taken aback by his honest intentions.
Well, that's good.
In return, the society has decided not to press charges. His name will be absconded from the records of this crime. Now, I'm sure
now he has to keep his hedges trimmed within a quarter inch of what we describe.
Please take this gold. Many thanks on behalf of all of us.
If there is more than one torch outside of his house or his shop at any given time, he will be ritualistically sacrificed.
I'm mature enough to admit I was mistaken about Thoronir. He's a welcome member of our group in the market district.
All right, now they're all gonna collude and
I offer the
fix
finest
prices.
goods and the lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
No thanks.
It's been a pleasure doing business with
Goes
you.
in detail about how he loves the way it's made and the fact people enjoy it. Yeah, I remember learning about how it was made, like the lore behind it. And I was like, yeah, that's nasty. It's a little nasty. Okay, guys, we're finally gonna go deliver the amulet. Okay, so I was trying to not go to places I haven't been to yet. I've been to the palace, so I'll go to the palace, walk out to... We've been to the Plaza District. That's where we slept when we were finding Agramir's house. Oh man, I can't wait to go to Cloud Ruler Temple. That's gonna be cool.
You have my ear, citizen.
Oh, this leads. Okay. Oh man, I guess we're gonna start our journey on a stormy night. Oh, it's not even nighttime. It's noon. It's just very overcast, just like it's gonna be in real life tomorrow. Honestly, I love rain though. I don't know how you guys feel about rain and storms, but there's something about it where even if I'm going to work, it's, you know, well, the thing is, I work in a windowless lab, unfortunately, but when I go on break or like go on lunch or whatever, I typically come home for lunch because I work pretty close by. There's no way I can afford a horse yet, but I'll go say hello. Only salmon pink porches and garage doors. Otherwise,
be quick and many.
Otherwise, you go straight to the chopper. Snack Grabura.
Snack Grabura, owner and proprietor. We board
you look
horses
a little
well,
sleepy.
We don't actually
maybe
sell horses anymore. That is.
Well, you don't sell horses.
What can I interest you in?
I want horse armor and a horse too. Wait, you can't get horse armor without that like extra DLC thing, right?
You gotta be kidding.
I said I want a horse. Oh, this ties right into the Time Splitters video. Buy a horse. I'll take any horse. I'm not fussy.
Let's see what we've got here.
Although I had no horse, she outfitted her old nag with steel I don't know. Nag sounds like a rude word. Steel armor and gave it to me free of charge. From now on, she will outfit any legally owned horse that I bring to her with steel or elven armor for 500 gold. Okay, so the horse armor is included naturally with this game. It's just that if you want those two special sets of stuff, you have to buy the... Yeah, I just came to that conclusion, Spooky. Windowless, you say. Does it do Linux? If I was smart enough, maybe I would figure that out. Also, this horse was really cheap. Is it usually that cheap? So I don't recall that being the case. Let's go ahead and peek at the other horses just to see. And yeah, we are going to experience a little bit of lag in the exterior. Oh, this horse might need a little bit of help. Looks like he's stuck. Might want to look into that. Hi, Restita.
Yeah, Restita
Restita.
I work at the Chestnut Handy Stables. Have you seen our horses wandering around?
Wandering around?
No? Okay.
They're missing.
It's just that they're missing.
I see about 10 horses right here.
Bye.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus my horse over there. So, yeah, 9 horses. They don't seem to be missing. Is this a glitch? Maybe? I don't know. I don't remember there being so many horses, but I don't know. Maybe they just added more to say, oh, people ride their horses into town, and this is the stables where they're cared for while people are in the city. Yeah, salmon pink is not my favorite color. Not my favorite color. I like how they redid the voices but kept the recycled lines. Yeah, that's good. I think they have added some new dialogue lines. This is pretty cool. They have added some new dialogue lines, but ultimately, I feel like if they added too many, it would just feel a little off. Too excited and got the deluxe edition. That's you do you. No problem at all. I just don't want to pay extra for that stuff. It's all good. She was about to eat it later that evening. Shoot, I missed. What was she about to eat? The horse, maybe? You said the exterior would lag, then my browser crashed. Oh! Man, I spoke it into existence, didn't I? Am I a furry? No, I'm not a furry, Crown. I just have a horse because it's easy to travel with. Let me fix my... I'm not gonna lie, guys. We might tone down visuals slightly. Just since I'm streaming, it is running a little harder. So I'm gonna turn down visuals a little bit. Just a little. Just to make things a little smoother. I actually bought the horse armor, not because I thought it was useful, but just to see what the hoopla was about. Yeah, that's exactly pretty much people's reaction when the first horse armor DLC came out back in the day. Oh, that's the Waterfront District. We'll check that out soon. I want to go get this way shrine while we're here. Because I do think I want this character to do Divine Crusader stuff. New stuff isn't really that big of a deal. Just 2 new quests you get through the new voice actors, and that's all. Gotcha. Oh man, it is... Yep, it's having a little bit of trouble. It's not too bad though. Hoping to update my graphics card somewhat soon. What difficulty have you been playing on? Actually, you just reminded me. We've been playing on Adept, but since I haven't been using the potions I've been creating and stuff, I do want to bump it up. So we're going to do that real fast. Okay. Go ahead and play on Expert. Come on, old nag. Let's go. Oh, you bought it back in the day. Yeah, that makes sense. I remember back in the day on 360 is what I played, and that's where I first played Oblivion, and the only place I played it for many years. But it had it had something that was, you probably, if you played Xbox, you know this, but there used to be, it wasn't like you just paid money through it. You bought Microsoft points, and then you would get a card for them at Hastings or whatever, or on Xbox itself, Xbox Live, you would pay for Microsoft points. So it's just an extra conversion that didn't need to be there, just like all sorts of virtual currencies. And you pay $10 and you get like less than 1,000. You get like 800 or 900 or something. I remember I had extra birthday money or whatever, and I was like, I want to see what the tomes are about. It's like $1 or something, so no problem. Man, this is really pretty. I just wish it was running nice for the stream. It's not too bad. It's definitely workable, but... Hi, I know you got a job for me to do.
You know, stranger, there comes a time in every man's life when he has to admit that he's lost the fight. Well, I've fought and I've lost. Who did I lose to? Who is my great enemy? Oh, don't laugh. It's a bunch of damn fish.
It's a bunch of damn fish. Ha ha ha, laugh in his face.
Go on and wait. Help? Oh, well then. I'm a fisherman. Or at least I was. Till one of those slaughterfish damn near took my leg off. I was collecting their scales, see? I had a contract with this young alchemist. You wouldn't believe what he was paying for those scales. Then, last month, one of the bastards got a hold of my leg.
Ripped it up.
Took me right out of the
business. Just point. Ha ha.
But this alchemist, he needs the scales right away.
Who is this alchemist?
The alchemist was paying so much for the scales that I'm close to having enough saved so that I can retire. But now I can't get out there to the lake. Not with this leg. I only needed 12 more
That's a
scales.
good thought, Tristan.
Can you believe it? I was so close. I've picked up a few things in my travel. If you head out there and bring me back the 12 scales that I need, I can make it worth your time. Help an old fisherman out, won't you?
12, yep. Let's go see. Hopefully they spawn more readily. Oh, that's really pretty. Hopefully they spawn more readily than they did in the base game, because I don't know, sometimes it would take a while to find enough. And they have to be specifically these quest entities, because they're specifically called like Rumare scales, I think. Trying not to make too many sharp turns and stuff so that it still looks enjoyable visually. And alley-oop. Alright. I just saw one. Where'd he go? Hold on. I know I saw one. Am I insane? I don't see him anymore. Oh, oh. Need some air. Okay. See if I can cover that line. Yeah, I don't see any. I know there was one there. I saw him from a distance. But now he's just gone. I think this was a problem with the original as well. It's like, he says that they're there and then they're not, or they have trouble spawning, or they might just be further away. I don't know if that is Wes Anderson. It sounds like somebody else to me. Morrowind Remaster should be like this, enhance the gameplay, but keep the normal formula. Keep the lines of text. Yeah, I think we were speaking with people yesterday about how people have made mods to use AI to use the voice actors as a sample and then read like the full lines. Oh. Why jog when you can sprint has always been your motto. Now the miles of running and hours of swimming have paid off. You are an apprentice of athletics. You no longer regenerate less fatigue while running. Okay. Original Breton voice. Oh, he passed away. That's sad. I loved his voice. I think it's great. Yeah, I think I may cut my losses too on these fish because they're not here. That's a glitch that was in the original game as well. They're being very faithful to the original. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw him, but I saw that fish. I straight up saw that fish when I was running over here. He was at the top of the water. I remember watching potato quality Oblivion videos back when YouTube wasn't... Oh yeah, wouldn't allow them to be long. Yeah. Back then it was a like a 10-minute... Everyone hit 10 minutes, and you know, with all your videos, even if your only content really boiled down to like 3 minutes, you would just like stretch it out. Some people would even add just like random stuff, like just a repeating screen with audio. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to come back here because I'm not gonna make y'all watch me wait for a random generation. Ooh, Morning Glory. Awesome. Alright, Nag, let us continue. Oh yeah, I agree. The third person running is super goofy. It's super goofy. It's just a hair away from Naruto running. Oh, Kvatch has claws by it. Or three claws by it. I wonder if that's actually claws or if somebody is marking it to say something happened there, but that's a cool addition. We are trying to go to Coral, so we're gonna go this way. Whoops. I'm also noticing that they didn't add. Oh, you can't do first person on the horse anymore. You used to be able to, but I'm also noticing they didn't add combat. Right? Yeah, I can't. Cannot brandish a weapon while riding horse. But yeah, the third person running looks really goofy. It is. Honestly, when I'm sprinting, I try not to go in third person because I do think it looks really... I don't know what that's about. Okay. There's more Morning Glory over here. You don't have to grab it. Oh, mushroom. Hang tight. Whoops. Summer Bolete. Some more Morning Glories to make some poisons from. Man. That animation for picking up the mushrooms is just so enjoyable. Just watching them bounce away into your inventory. These epiphytic plants looking all cool. I'm trying to keep my horse within my line of sight so that I can just grab some more of these. Okay. Yeah, she is not in my line of sight anymore, but I'm coming back. Don't take my horse! I'm gonna run at you goofily. Oh, okay. Hey Rara, the game is really fun. The exterior graphics have a little bit of hiccups whenever I'm streaming, but that's just because my computer's trying to run a couple difficult things. I'm on about 5-year-old hardware, close to. So it makes sense that, you know, it might lag behind a slight tad. But all in all, we're having fun, enjoying it. Game looks really good, feels really good, especially when it's performing right. I want to come back to that Alien Ruin. I love the Alien Ruins. Definitely my favorite type of dungeon in Oblivion. Oh, we're going the wrong way. I got too excited, sorry. But yeah, we're having fun. Game's great. I haven't done too many quests. I've just been really enjoying the atmosphere overall. Just chatting with everybody about random things in the series. Yeah, I'm excited for the mods too. Some people have expressed worry about the compatibility of mods and modding tools because this is in the Unreal Engine. So I understand that. That I think that is a founded threat. So we will see what happens. Can I harvest while being on horseback? I can. Not very skillfully, but technically I can. I don't plan on making a ton of poisons for personal use, but if the chance arises... You can lead a horse to a vine, but you can't make him chomp. Yes, Wolf, that is very much a difference. In the original Oblivion, there was a... I don't know if it was 50-50. I think the chance went higher, percentage-wise, with your mastery. And, you know, like every 25 levels you get better at harvesting, along with some other perks. But, yeah, I am noticing it's 100% acquisition rate. Let's see here. Even though the Elder Scrolls Blades was mediocre, I really like their Alien Ruins. Are you referring to the mobile game? Because I have to be honest, I don't play mobile games. I did see it, but my phone's pretty old anyway. I have an 8 Plus, iPhone 8 Plus, so pretty old. I wonder if Fortify Speed on a horse still breaks. I don't know. It seems like they've kept some of the jank. So, oh man, I remember rounding this corner for footage on the Pantheon's video. Yep, and this guy is right here. You leave my freaking horse alone. You son of a bitch. Yeah, hit me. What a freaking punk. You're gonna hit my horse, really? Whoa, she just healed? Oh, gosh. Okay, alright, I'm feeling a little less confident. We got potions for this, right? Alright, we got potions for this. Alright. Let's go ahead and put a poison on. I love it. Lady, just pause for a sec. Time out. So let me go ahead and do some of these. And we'll get back to it. If you can take potions, I can too. Alright. Go ahead and take that. Leather boots, greaves. And is my poor horse still alive? I wish I... Okay. I need to get some healing stuff so I can heal her back up. Yeah, sorry if that looked a little bit choppy. It's just... It's an exterior cell, and I think actually a lot of people are having these problems. Either way, I am on some slightly older hardware, and it is what it is. Interior cells look perfect, though. The mobile game, it was really mediocre, but I'll compliment them on the textures of Alien Ruins. Hey, well, that's a plus, right? Positives when you can find them. Gotta do the sleep thing. Alright, Megan, thanks for joining us. Have a good night. The color palette change to the land makes it feel much more like ESO Cyrodiil. Yeah, I agree. That is something I kind of miss, I'm not gonna lie. The very bright greens and whites, you know, I saw the initial trailer and I was kind of worried because everything does look a little brown and muddied. I'll agree with some people on that, but yeah, I do wish it had those other colors to it. Sorry, I gotta grab some of these. Old nag, just hang out for a minute. I thought I saw mushrooms. Or at least a very possible place mushrooms might be. Yeah. Okay, Summer Bolete. Green Stain. I find it interesting that the Green Stain is now placed in other locations other than just the Blackwood region. Alright. Come on, old nag, let's go for a ride. We are on our way. Oh, actually we're about to pass through another difficult area. I'm wondering if... Yeah, we might need to let old nag hang out by this tree for a sec. I'll go harvest some mushrooms and I'll kill that rat and whatever else might be between the fort walls. Gotta get the shrooms. You can't leave the shrooms. You just can't. Okay. Ah, it's getting dark. Okay. Okay, okay. Alright. Usually there's another highwayman or something around here that wants to fight you. So, I guess it's good for us that's not the case. I will not be doing this dungeon just yet because I want us to go ahead... Oh, that looks so pretty. I want us to go ahead and make it to Joffrey before end of stream. So, they chose to make it less vibrant to make the lighting pop more. Yeah, it does harm people with older tech though, which, you know, everyone's got to upgrade at some time, but yeah. Miss how vibrant it was, but it does look cool. I still think it looks cool. It's just, I would say it looks more realistic, which, you know, it's a remaster. It's supposed to be up to date. I still do kind of miss the old vibrant colors though. So let's see. We're gonna have to get a torch out. It's getting there. It's getting that dark. What else we got here? Probably nothing. It seems future Bethesda remasters will be featuring a lot of ESO related stuff. You know, I understand that well, maybe I haven't been on social media in a while, but I understand that the prevailing sentiment is that people don't really like additions that ESO has made, but at this point, ESO has made so many lore contributions that it either rivals or exceeds what exists between all the games that have been released thus far. In-game books and everything, there's a lot of lore, but ESO has been running for a long time, and it has a ton of content. Like, if this hadn't come out, I was pretty close to like starting another ESO Plus for like a month or so, because I do like that game. It is fun. I have many hours in it. I had a guild I ran with for a long time, but when I was finishing college, I just really needed to focus on my research and everything. So it took up a lot of time, and obviously it was more important than a video game. Got some mead here. Tobacco leaf, that's the first time we've seen one in this playthrough. Alright, we are going to test and see if my game will let me jump to the other side, because I don't think so. Okay, let's try... You know what? We're going to be careful here. We can go ahead and quick save. And it looks like this side is closer, so let's do it. Ooh! Okay, we made it. Wait a minute. They removed the whole reason for doing that. In the original, there's another little area back here you can look at. At least I think so. Man. Fort Ash always makes me chuckle because Army of Darkness. You'll have to enlighten me. Ooh. Okay, made it back. I think it also helps ESO being in the second era. Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of unfleshed out lore that they can kind of add things to, but I already noticed. Oh, I can level up. Okay, I did notice early on in this remake that they added a bunch of ESO related stuff, because I'm like, that wasn't in the lore before. Okay, it's a little awkward to start the horse. Bethesda holds all the cards with the lore they've made. Yeah, pretty much. Just use what... Oh,
This is a hold-up.
I knew he would be here.
Over or die.
Yeah.
We can play it that.
Let me get off my horse. Don't kill my freaking horse, you jerk. Come over here. Alright. I get effed.
I've fought mudcrabs more fiercer than you.
Okay, this guy is hard. There is a lot of issue with the balancing between the difficulties. I'm gonna go ahead and restate that, because yeah. He better not have any healing, because I'm gonna take it back down to adept if he does. Ouch.
Show me what you've got.
That's precisely what I don't want to do, and why we're fighting. Ouchie. Oh, something's wrong with my controller. Okay, hold on. I actually had an idea. Something we haven't done yet. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a couple more potions here. One more poison. Use up some of the stuff we've made. That's what we made it for. And then we're gonna go over to our magic menu, and we're gonna get an ancestral guardian to come hang out. Or we're not. We're gonna die. Oh my gosh. That power attack took 1/3 of my health. That was freaking crazy. I'll give it one more try before we probably tone down the difficulty, because the difference between adept and expert is very, very wide. How do we feel about the Khajiit aesthetic? I mean, they look like modernized versions of the original, as far as I can see. So they look okay to me. They look cute. They look goofy. Okay, let's get some health here. I'm gonna end up having to, once I make bigger stacks to make this worth it, I'm gonna end up like hotkeying them, so we don't have to keep going back to the menu every time. Let's do a quick save. Not a fan of the new Khajiit look. That's okay. I don't think this is how they're gonna look in future Elder Scrolls games. I think that this is just for the Oblivion remake, because it's fairly close. It's what I imagine it would look like if it was modernized. Something off about the new Beastfolk design. There he is. Okay, at least you won't hit my horse.
We can play.
Alright, this is going a little bit better. Let me go ahead and summon my ghost right now.
I've fought mudcrabs more fiercer than you.
Alright, ghost, help me out. Oh, gosh, you almost shot me. Get him, get him. Nice. Heck yeah. Okay, we didn't need to tone the difficulty down. I also want to get a good look at the... the ghost while we can. Whoa, he's just a zombie. That's spooky. Yeah, that's very spooky. Cool, though. Go ahead and quick save since we got him taken out. I remember ESO's dev team said they retconned Satanin just because it was too iconic for Vardenfell and they wanted to implement it in ESO. I mean, it is so iconic, right? Like, in my mind, Vardenfell, even post Red Year, in my mind, it looks the same. I know it's not, but it looks the same as it was 206 years prior to Skyrim. Alright, I see more plants, but I think we'll leave the harvesting for daytime. It's getting dangerous out here. I want to make sure that my horse can make it to the priory safe. Matter of fact, I keep forgetting there's the option to sprint now, so let's do that. We're getting there, we're getting there. Morrowind expansion was selling nostalgia. Yeah, they absolutely had to put Satanine in it. I loved the Morrowind expansion. Thought it had some cool lore additions. It was cool seeing Barrelzar alive in a normal form. Divaith Fear popped in, I'm pretty sure. Neloth, I think, was there, maybe? But I know there were a lot of characters that were there. I also enjoyed... I never fully 100% completed the chapter for Necrom, but I wouldn't mind going back to that. Oh, look at the mushrooms. They're so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna pull my horse probably around back, because I think the stables are back here, correct? Hello.
Hi there.
Alright, Nag, you can hang out in here. I'm gonna go ahead and probably say hello to Joffrey. I know it's late at night, but
I'm the shepherd here.
Okay, Aranor.
Aranor's the name, and this is Waynon Priory.
Is Joffrey here?
If he's not sleeping or eating, he'll be fussing with his books, I reckon, over in the Priory house. I found some good pauldrons at the armorer.
That's good. Oh, sorry, I was holding that torch very close to your face. Y'all mind if I take some of these mushrooms? Okay, the Entalomas look better here. Way better. The green stains are pretty much the same. I'm gonna leave some. I don't want to take all of their mushrooms. But the Entalomas look a lot better. Alright, let's put this torch away. Let's go say hello to Joffrey. I don't think people will be looking forward to Test 6 as much if they realize Starfield was a beta test of it. I'm not going to lie, that does give me some worries.
Can I help
because you? I had a lot of issues with Starfield, but there were some things like the crowd mechanics and stuff that I just really hope are not implemented in Elder Scrolls 6, but we'll see. I must speak to Joffrey.
He's upstairs. Go ahead.
You guys stay up late. It's about midnight. Oh, look at that light coming through. That's cool. I like that. Okay. Also, you can tell it's way smoother in here. Well, this atmospheric meeting of Joffrey, this is pretty cool.
I'm Brother Joffrey. What do you want?
Brought you the Amulet of Kings. Favorite Clockwork City? Yeah, I love Clockwork City. It's very cool. All the fabricants. That was one of my favorite things about the Tribunal expansion to original Morrowind. Need some water real quick. Give me one sec. Okay. I was playing ESO a couple of months ago, and they gave me Clockwork City for free. Yeah, it's fun. Enjoy it. If you haven't gone through it already, it's pretty fun. Story's cool. It's really cool to see Sotha Sil alive. Let's see. You're hoping that isn't the case. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they understood the reception. Part of me hopes it feels a little more like this. You know, I don't know. I'm a little tired of Skyrim. I think a lot of us are. So I wouldn't mind if it shook things up a little bit, but I certainly want them to learn from the mistakes of Starfield because, man, it was really fun for like 2 days, and then it's the same story I've heard from everyone. You play it for a few days, and you're having fun, and then you just never touch it again. Because I think its primary problem is that it's just so boring. No aliens? Like, come on. No aliens? I don't know. The one quest I really liked was there's that, like, man-made creature that you followed through this compound, and you had, like, a beeper that went off when you got too close to it. That was cool. That was a good quest, well designed, very fun, and he was hard to kill. That was fun. Everything else was whatever, I guess. Oh yeah, this is definitely a more successful than Starfield. I can already, well, I can't say that for a fact, but I very much believe it is probably, by the end, going to be more successful than Starfield. Okay, I brought you the Amulet
This
of
cannot
Kings.
be. No one but the Emperor is permitted to handle the amulet. Let me see it. By the 9, this is the
His
Amulet
eyes
of
got
Kings.
wide.
Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death?
Still thinking of the Joffrey Jam.
As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only the strange destiny of Uriel Septim could have brought you to me carrying the Amulet of Kings.
Who is the Prince of Destruction?
The Prince of Destruction he referred to is none other than Mehrunes Dagon, one of the lords of the demonic world of Oblivion. The Emperor's words, "Close shut the jaws of Oblivion," certainly suggest that he perceived some threat from Oblivion. But all the scholars agree that the mortal world is protected from the Daedra of Oblivion by magical barriers.
Maybe not for long.
I'm not sure. Only the Emperors truly understand the meaning behind the rituals of coronation. The Amulet of Kings is ancient. Saint Alicia herself received it from the gods. It is a holy relic of great power. When an emperor is crowned, he uses the amulet to light the dragon fires at the Temple of the One in the Imperial City.
Malu's making a cameo. I don't know if you guys can hear her, but
the dragon fires in the temple will be dark for the first time in centuries. It may be that the dragon fires protected us from a threat that only the Emperor was aware of.
So the lip sync is pretty bad when you're not in dialogue with a character, but here it looks fine to me. Todd had to make a space game before he retired. Now he can close his career out properly. Oh, don't say it. I know he's getting old. I don't want to believe it. I just want to be positive. There's a reason I try not to talk about so many negative stuff in my like videos and things. That's why I don't really do reviews or whatever, but I just want to look toward the positives. So far I'm having a lot of fun with this. Hopefully they take some good things from this and we'll move into an era of Elder Scrolls that's super exciting and fun and enjoyable.
I am one of the few who know of his existence. Many years ago I served as captain of Uriel's bodyguards, the Blades. One night Uriel called me into his private chambers. A baby boy lay sleeping in a basket. Uriel told me to deliver him somewhere safe. He never told me anything else about the baby, but I knew it was his son.
It's his son.
From time to time he would ask about the child's progress. Now it seems that this illegitimate son is the heir to the Septim throne, if he yet lives.
If he yet lives. Before we continue with dialogue, Ergit Lam, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Hey man, just want to say I love your videos, so well done. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I honestly appreciate everyone coming to the stream and hanging out and having fun with me. You guys are making my day, so it's a good time. Yeah, I try to be positive as much as I can. There's obviously the good outweighs the bad here, or I wouldn't be playing this, you know. The good outweighs the bad in the Elder Scrolls for me, or I wouldn't be making videos on it. Stuff like that. So yeah, we got positivity here. Directed his Indiana Jones game. Haven't played that. I didn't know he directed that. That's pretty cool. Bethesda may be closed shortly after the release of Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, Microsoft is dude, as a lifelong Halo fan, I mean I played it the week it came out, 2001, the first game, and I followed that series all the way to now. So as a Halo fan, it's tough to be positive, but that seeing the way that Microsoft handles things, I mean with Halo, Minecraft, pretty much any other series that they're in control of now, you know. But just looking forward, we always have the old ones. We always have the classics, you know. So anytime we want to play a game that's not messed up or filled with microtransactions, we can go back to you know, Halo 1, Halo 2, Morrowind, the things from our childhood when games weren't made the way they are today. But yeah. Close one of their studios that made a successful game. Oh man, you're making me think of the Time Splitters situation. Not Time Splitters Rewind. They're still working on stuff, but they're not Eidos Interactive, but like Free Radical came back together and they started working on it, and they initially pitched it as a Fortnite clone to get like investors, but then they changed it. Like as soon as they pitched that, they started pivoting to essentially what was going to be a Time Splitters 2 remaster with extra content like favorite levels and missions from other games with a little bit of new stuff. It was mostly going to be like a remaster situation, which would have been really cool, but then Embracer bought too many IPs during the dip from the pandemic, and then they realized they bought more or bit off more than they could chew, so they fired a bunch of people, closed a bunch of shops, and bye Time Splitters 4. Or Time Splitters Remaster, which David Ellis said, or David Doak, I forget the name off the top of my head, but he said he's done with Time Splitters. There's nothing that can bring him back to it. So and I don't blame him after trying that many times and having these major companies cause problems. I don't blame him. Hello sir, check Discord. Maybe in a minute, sir. Archive, they will try to take those away from you until they succeed. Well, I'll always have the old games. I'll always have my old fun. That's something I'll say right now that I don't think is a controversial opinion is hold on to your physical media. Buy a disc, an external disc drive if you don't have one on your PC, because they don't come with one. Yeah, keep that stuff. Keep your physical media. Keep your, keep your Xbox, keep your DVD players, your VCRs, keep that stuff. I don't want to get too far into the argument because we need to keep it positive here. So let's keep on trucking. Where can I find his son?
Martin. He serves Akatosh in the chapel in the city of Kvatch, south of here. You must go to Kvatch and find him at once. If the enemy is aware of his existence, as seems likely, he is in terrible danger. And please, let me know if there's anything you need. My resources here are limited, but I will help in any way I can.
Yeah, Turkey. That's why we need to embrace companies that make good games, like what's the Larian? Was it Larian who did Baldur's Gate 3? Great game, amazing game, tons of content, one purchase, many updates, stuff like that. And I recently played through. I really love aquatic games, that anything that has to do with the ocean. So I recently played through Dredge for the first time, completed the whole game. I have my critiques, but it was a really fun experience, and that's one of the few games where I was like, yeah, I'm buying all the deluxe stuff, I'm buying the digital art book, the soundtrack, all the stuff, just to support the team, because they made a fun game. No microtransactions, all that was extra stuff you didn't need. But yeah, we got to support those companies that make projects that we enjoy, and if we don't, it's a classic saying, vote with your wallet, let's see, 10 Skyrims. Yeah, there's no you'll always have Skyrim. Next year when they release Skyrim 8 or whatever, you'll have it again. Sean Bean. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I've been watching some people play it. It looks really cool. But right now Oblivion has my attention, and since they're in the same field, I'm very, very, if it's evident, if it's not evident enough, I'm very much tied into the Elder Scrolls series. So, yeah, absolutely. Larian was is a great studio. Hope things are going okay for them. I realize they were sold or something. I don't know the full story, so I won't attempt to give that story, but anyway, let's ask him some questions real quick.
It will be safest here with me. When you return with Martin, we will figure out our next move.
Okay.
I keep a few things here in my chest to resupply traveling blades. Help yourself to whatever you need.
Okay. He's going to unlock this chest for me. We'll get some cool stuff. I like his monk robes. That's cool. There's some iron gear, some leather gear. I'll take the scroll and some arrows. Oh, a better bow. And disbelief. That's cool. I do have a potion-related story to tell you guys at some point. That'll be pretty funny. All right.
Your first priority now should be to find Martin and bring him back here.
Okay, we will, but
I don't have Priam.
Oh, hold on.
Priam Aberil and Brother Piner may also be able to help.
They're the ones who lent me a horse, I think.
About it if you...
But I already bought a horse.
One of the youngest blades ever to serve in the Emperor's personal guard. I am glad to hear that he survived, but I fear he will take the Emperor's death particularly hard.
He already has, unfortunately. Poor guy. He did everything he could.
The coronation of each new Emperor is sealed when he uses the Amulet of Kings to light the dragon fires in the Temple of the One. The dragon fires of Akatosh remain lit until the death of the Emperor. His successor then lights them anew upon ascending to the throne. With Emperor Uriel dead and no successor crowned, the Temple of the One will be dark for the first time in centuries.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So the Elder Council's gonna rule now. What does that mean for us?
The Elder Council rules in the Emperor's absence by ancient tradition. Chancellor Akato heads the Elder Council and is the closest thing the Empire has to a leader right now. But the Blades answer only to the Emperor, of course. We are not an arm of the government. He is a priest in the chapel of Akatosh in Kvatch. He never knew that he was Uriel Septim's son. You need to find him at once and bring him safely back here.
Connection to Akatosh? Empire?
The Daedra Prince of Destruction, an inveterate foe of all mortal races. He was involved with Jagar Tharn's plot against the Empire years ago. It doesn't surprise me to find his hand in the current calamity.
He is a beast. Let me catch up here. Stuck with Oblivion 2, couldn't be more happy. Oblivion's great. Always will be great. I wonder if this remaster is successful enough if they will have the same studio. I have heard rumors of a Fallout 3 remake. I don't have much stock put in it yet, but I have heard rumors of it. Virtuos is impressive. They put their noses down and seemingly consistently deliver. What other games have they remade? You'll have to let me know. A friend of mine said the same folks who remastered Oblivion are... Okay, so you've also heard that rumor. It's a good rumor. I don't know if it's true, but if it is, you bet I'll be playing it. I would love to make some Fallout content for the channel, because I feel like there's a considerable overlap between Fallout and Elder Scrolls fans. So, yeah, I would love to.
Yes, Boris told you right. I am the Grand Master of the Blades. We serve the Emperor and the Septim bloodline. Talos is our patron. You wonder to find me here? Discretion is our watchword. Only a few of us have the honor to serve publicly in the Imperial Guard.
Alright, I will not tell anybody about you.
Waste no time. You must find Martin before the enemy does.
That's true, and I plan to. Actually, I plan to next time, because we have been going for a good 3 hours, and I haven't had dinner. So, thank you everybody for coming to the stream. It was really fun. Just pretty much about as much fun as yesterday. I'm loving the game so far, really enjoying it. I will probably keep streaming because honestly just chatting with you guys and playing the game is giving me a lot of fun. So yeah, SVO, Todd himself has said that he wouldn't remake Morrowind because it's as perfect as it can be. We might need to look toward, I understand that, you know, release times are spotty, but we might need to look toward Skywind or Sky Oblivion for that sort of thing. I wouldn't mind if they tried to in the future, though. So, you know, never say never. Things can change. Let me see if the chapel's open real quick. Snake Eater remake. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for hanging out. Oh, it's very pretty in here. Can't wait to see it in daytime. But, yeah, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Had a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow because I work all day. Today I had off, so that was good. But if I have time tomorrow and I'm able to, it's kind of a sporadic thing. Since people are liking the stream and it seems that I'm having fun and it seems like you guys are having fun, I may make it a more regular thing or pick a few nights specifically to stream on. I'll keep you posted on that. Keep an eye out for community posts and stuff. I do share a lot of information there that's pertinent to the channel and goings on. So, yeah, a Morrowind or Daggerfall remake would need a lot more work. Yes, they would. to make it work in modern times for sure. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna end it here so I can go get some dinner. I will catch you guys sometime soon. Just keep an eye on the community tab, and maybe I'll stream again, maybe if not tomorrow, maybe the next day. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will